Popcorn?
Butter.
Nachos.
Cheese.
Root beer with red licorice straw?
Right here.
Well, gosh, Sheep, ain't it that time we started with the new podcast?
Yeah. What does he say?
How could you forget?
No,
Let me give it a shot.
no, Scooby is the one who says, like, oh, maybe it's time we made a new movie.
And
then
good idea, Scoob, but I think we'll need a trailer. Can you do the trailer guy voice?
Let me give it a shot. Okay.
I don't think that's what happens.
that's the Mark's Pizzeria YouTube poop that uses that.
Hi everyone, welcome to Right to Start the Podcast, your weird friend's 30-second favorite animation podcast.
We're really going. We're lowering in the ranks with each episode, aren't we?
We're like your mom's favorite podcast like a week ago or something.
Yeah.
I'm Ryan Ridley. Who else is here?
I'm confused. Why isn't Niall like some sort of fish creature?
What? Why did you
That's
introduce?
true.
Say something about yourself.
He doesn't really have like an oceanic theme going.
Yeah, I'm Rosa.
I
Oh my God.
Look, I had work. I decided his theme is that he's like our #1 fan.
Yeah.
That's
Hi. That's what
Me and Steve did kick Niall off the plane.
Yeah, they were telling me on the plane that like the last time that you guys apparently had me on the podcast, there was this like multiverse guy, but he wasn't like from this like universe, so they needed a Niall for this universe, so they cloned him and brought me here, and I'm supposed to be your #1 fan. I don't really know what that's about, but hi, hello.
You'll figure it out. I mean,
oh, okay. Well,
his web connects us all.
I'm just happy to be here, you know.
That's good. That's good, Niall. Our guest, Niall. We kind of did that out of order.
That's true. Should I introduce myself? Should I say why the heck I'm here?
Yeah.
I'll introduce myself first, actually.
Yeah, Seep, you do it.
Because I'm our third regular. Well, I like to think I'm the second regular, maybe even the first regular.
Okay.
I'm Seep. That's all you need to know about me.
Hey. Niall. Niall, our guest.
Hi.
Tell us about yourself.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Niall Z. Pearson. I was here on the podcast before, but for those who don't know me, I work as a 3D animator. I worked on the Rooster Teeth show Ruby. I worked on volume 6. Yeah. Yes, that's true.
I didn't know that.
He did the cookie scene.
Oh my God!
I did not do the cookie scene.
Everyone posts the cookies.
That was far beyond the time I came in.
Ryan posts the cookies. Cookies.
What do you mean post the cookies? Like where?
As if
on the
Ryan
freaking
has
show
the
that we're
cookies
airing
gift
right
on
now.
hand.
Like put it on screen?
I
Yes.
didn't even get to finish my intro.
Go on, Niall.
I'll continue, Niall.
Anyway, because there's important information that people need to know. But I worked on volumes 6 through
Lola
9.
Bunny, your web. Read that comment.
What do you mean, Lola Bunny, your web? What?
I said Multiverse Niall's web connects us all.
Like Madam Web, I could kill you.
And it's Lola Bunny. When Lola Bunny hears about LeBron James'
How dare
son,
you?
we can't. This is such an inscrutable.
I have to talk about stuff that's happened since I've been.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What's happening?
So I worked on volume 6 through 9. I worked on the first season of Genlock. I worked on the 2 Justice League movies that are out now. You can watch them on Max. They're really cool.
Wow, the Snyder cut. It came out really good, I gotta say.
Yep. But more importantly, once my contract ended with Rooster Teeth, I started working recently with a studio called Frame Machine, where I develop marketing renders and lobby animations for Fortnite. And that's my current job, and it's been totally wild, and I've been having a great time doing that.
What's your favorite like lobby animation
that I've made or that exists in the game?
I guess that you've made so that people can like be more impressed with you.
You know what? My favorite one is one that's actually not in the game yet. So I will.
All right, well,
I will let people stew on that. But it's
good
it's
job, like
there's
playing along, I guess.
Fortnite. There's always something cool coming out. So I hope people get excited. But anyway, that's who I am, and I'm also friends with these three. It's not just like I'm not here on pedigree. I love these three very much, and I'm happy to be here.
It's true. Now it's like my dad.
Yeah, and I'm your number one fan also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
your
what
like
they told me.
That's your character trait.
Right, that's my character. That's what it says on my shirt.
So
I
interesting. I
quiet
mean,
in my hand.
Salty DK Dan, he got to be like a pearl in a giant clam.
so mean to me.
You know, we had
I thought it'd be funny.
like Socks got to be a mermaid.
I thought it'd be funny.
But you get to be our number one. No, that's like cool. Like our number
That is
one
pretty
fan.
cool.
That's a pretty big honor, isn't
And
it?
I got to go on the Otis plane. Not
You
a lot of
did.
people can say that.
Yeah, that's true.
You do, you know, you're playing up for the audience, but it's okay. You could tell me that like it's the Curly from Three Stooges lobby emote that you're working on.
That would be cool.
We can't say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make any more jokes to not get you in any sort of trouble whatsoever the rest of the stream. Okay. You want to get right into
Actually,
it?
you know what? Here, you know what we'll do is here's I'm introducing a new
All right.
element to the podcast for the first time ever.
Okay.
If any one of you donates $2 to the stream, I will personally put the character you list into Fortnite myself.
Oh my god.
Guaranteed.
Wow.
Now,
Like, and that's like per person who donates $2
Yeah,
to us.
for each person, and you get one character. If you donate $2, I will put them into Fortnite because I have the power to do that, and this isn't a joke.
All right. Let's get it on, everyone. Start like sending money that Niall's not gonna pocket.
I'm gonna do it.
He's gonna do it, everyone. He just said it.
he's gonna do it.
Anyway, what do we do here? What's the whole
Yeah,
idea?
what is this? What the
As if I
heck?
haven't been in the chat for
Can we
tons
get outta
these
here?
episodes.
When do we get to clock out?
Yeah. Do you want to just get straight clock out like you're at work? You want to
Yeah.
just get straight into the news?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna
Crash
start.
Bandicoot.
I'm
Oh
gonna.
wait, hold on. I want to. I also want to say, go and do your daily clips on airup.org. Support Palestine and do what you can. And place a link.
If the link doesn't work, tell me and I'll put it instead.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got
That's
this.
that's great.
Sometimes YouTube doesn't let it, but I don't really care usually. Did you send it yet?
Oh yeah, it's in the chat.
Did you post it in the YouTube chat or the Discord?
YouTube.
Okay, it's not showing up. Do you want to send it here real quick and then I'll send it, put it in the
Are
chat?
links banned?
Yeah, I think links
No
are
links
banned.
allowed.
I'll put it in the chat,
Uh,
Rosa. Just gotta link it here and then I'll link it.
We got a $2
Okay.
donation from Aleph Knoll for Vriska, who is now in Fortnite.
You're the first person to read that username correctly, by the way.
Well, it's important.
I agree. We have another $2 donation from
For
Tigrini.
Vriska again.
Do you have to like?
Well, it'll
What are
be
you
a
gonna do
variant
there?
skin.
Oh, okay. And you have the power to do that.
Yeah, I have the power to do that. Every $2 that you donate will go directly to funding Fortnite. That is
All right.
That is what I said, and
And we
it's
have
too
to be
late.
beholden to that because you just
Yes.
said that just now. Okay, that's great. I'm glad.
But also click the link to
Yes.
that was just shared.
Mhm.
Support Palestine however you can. It'd be great.
Yes. All right. Let's start with maybe the smallest news. I mean, this is kind of what we put on more as a joke. Steve wanted to talk about it. See, you want to talk about the II banana suit that you get for pre-ordering the new Monkey Ball game?
Well, we know Sega is very savvy when it comes to their pre-order bonuses in their video games. But yeah, we got. I mean, in a more to discuss this in a more broad sense, we got a newly announced Super Monkey Ball game, right?
Mhm.
I watched the trailer once, like,
Mhm.
like
And
5
we all
days
know what
ago.
the name of that new Monkey Ball game is, right? The
It's
one that
Super
we're doing
Monkey
a
Ball
segment on?
Banana. And it's
Super
coming.
Monkey Banana. It's Monkey Ball
Banana
Banana.
Slammer.
But soup Monkey Ball Banana Supreme.
I posted about this on Twitter. This was like a real like I got my mind in like a tizzy thinking about this. So there's been like, how many are we on now? Is this like the fourth or fifth Monkey Ball game to have banana in the title?
I want to say
Yeah.
it's like 4th.
And isn't one of the best selling ones like a game with banana in the title?
I'm
like
pretty
the Wii
sure.
one. So
You think that's part of it?
I actually do. So there was Banana Blitz, I think, on the Wii.
I'm gonna look up all the Monkey Ball games and real quick and just check.
Okay, thank you, please. That would be very helpful. So Banana Blitz on the Wii, that did really well. So I think they wanted to recently kind of revive the Monkey Ball series because
okay.
it had been.
I got them all. Okay.
Okay.
There's
Finally.
I think that's like at least 5 I'm seeing. Okay, there's Monkey Ball, there's Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz, Super Monkey
Great
Ball
game.
Banana Blitz HD, Super Monkey
Great
Ball
game.
Banana Mania, Super Monkey
Great
Ball
game.
Banana Rumble coming soon, Super Monkey Ball Banana Splits for the PlayStation Vita.
Great game.
I think that's
Wow.
there was the canceled game for the GameCube.
Such a shame. That's fun.
Super Monkey Ball Banana Crazy.
Banana Crazy. Banana Rumble though, that is such a funny title when I first saw that. But yeah, the Wii game did really well. So to revive the Monkey Ball series, they remade it for modern platforms, and then that did well. So then they made like another like remake of like the first 2 games, I think. And then they put Banana in that title, and I guess that did well because now we're getting another one with Banana in the title. So I think I'm just imagining like the market research team. They keep seeing these games are doing well, and they're like, they're not fully confident why. Like they don't know, like they're not sure like what their control is in the experiment. So they're like, you know, we obviously these games are doing well.
Yeah.
For some reason.
What is the reason? It has to be the banana.
Right. It hasn't failed us yet. If they're waiting for the first Monkey Ball game with banana in the title to just completely flop, I think.
Mhm.
Then they can confirm like, okay, banana's not the magic word here. But until that happens, I mean, I think I can't disprove that the banana isn't helping.
No, that's a solid theory.
I mean, personally, I think like Super Monkey Ball Banana. That's 8 syllables. That, like,
it's a lot to say, and that's not even the end of it.
Several games in your series are sharing those exact like phonetics between them, which is a little overwhelming.
It's driving me bananas.
Yeah, I gotta say,
it's driving the world bananas. You know, one thing I do like about this new game, if you all could confirm this for me, I know they have new monkey designs. Are these the same monkeys or are these new monkeys?
No, these are like they're clones from the lab.
That's not true. Don't believe
they're
her.
the same monkeys.
Like,
they're the same monkeys, but they're customizable versions of the same monkeys. So
I see.
All your
that's a
favorites.
big new
Pants
feature.
now.
I, GG, Gone, DD, Tweet, Baby, they're all here.
And I has like Sabi Spark overalls now. That's pretty cool.
You can't. They're just overalls. They're not. They have nothing
No,
to do
he's
with
got the
it.
orange
It's just
shirt, though.
You know,
overalls.
I don't know.
It's
Steve
the
might be
same
onto
color
something.
palette.
Steve might be onto something, you know? Like, maybe... You ever think about how, like, Saber Sparks is, like, wearing, like... Not Saber Sparks. Mario Luigi wears, like, the Sabi outfit.
That's true. You could have just said,
No,
you know,
but they're
Mario
not
and Luigi
orange.
overalls.
No, but it's the specific color palette of like the orange and like the tan and the brown. You're seeing it, right?
I got them on screen. Hey guys, Aya here. I want to talk about today what ruined Super Monkey Ball. Okay, let's go back to the.
This is too real. You can't
And
do
then-
this.
First, let me look at this sexy monkey.
Oh, nobody told me sexy monkey. This game.
We desperately have nothing else for this topic, do we? We are just like we are running on empty for Monkey Ball Banana Rumble here.
Here, I'll make it better. It's the Bizabizzow overalls. How's that?
Okay.
Is that more
Alright.
like? Is that more progressive for all you?
I don't know what is progress at this point. I can't say. I'm unsure.
I think what would make great progress is if we rolled on over
No,
to the next topic.
I want to talk about one more thing about Monkey
Is there
Ball.
anything else to say?
No, I just like
Apparently there is.
Seems like whole
According to
thing.
Pooh Bah Ryan.
As we call her.
It seems like an assertion that like the banana in the title is like the thing that's making these games sell. It's like, imagine other series. It's like every Sonic game going forward had adventure in the title, no matter what. So it was like Sonic Sonic Adventure Unleashed, Sonic Adventure Heroes, Sonic Adventures, and the Black Knight.
Yeah, it is exact. That's what this is. That is as if that happened, is what we're seeing.
I
here.
mean, it probably would do a lot to help knowing Sega fans.
What, like, oh, Sega fan? I know they're huge on bananas. If we know anything about
Right.
Sega fans,
Yeah, that's the. I guess to be fair, I mean, like Nintendo kept calling those, putting new in the title of those games. So I mean, I think sometimes
What is this picture?
I was just putting her up for comparison.
I
Oh,
see. Okay.
that's a really.
Perhaps
I was
I
onto
treated you
something,
too
right?
harshly.
Yeah, see, look at that. That's great.
It's
I'm
not
glad-
great, but it is something. Anyway.
I'm glad that's going to be up there on the screen for the rest of this episode.
Well, now when people come in, they can think another YouTuber's in here, and we can trick them.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
I
do
love
that. Let's
tricking our
trick the
viewers.
audience.
Yeah.
Hey, well, speaking of awesome video games, let's talk about Crash Bandicoot. I'm gonna lead.
Ooh, Crash Team Rumble.
Yeah, my favorite.
Aw.
I'm gonna lead the charge on this one, I think. So I've never played this game. I've barely looked at footage of this game. I want to be blunt here, but I am endlessly fascinated by this game. I think since day one. It is maybe one of the most confusing games ever made. Just in terms of like, Crash Bandicoot is the most fucking scrimblo bomblo dimblo mascot platformer ever made. He's a cartoon stupid motherfucker. And people who like these types of games like those types of games specifically. And I just find it so fascinating. Just like, they were like, okay, where do we take our cartoon scrumblo bumblo dimblo bimblo character?
Yeah.
MOBA live service game.
I mean, isn't that the
Genius.
logical endpoint for all profitable franchises?
For all IP, yeah.
To me, this feels like, I feel like they kind of got the vibe that Crash was back, like he was successful again, and they kind of missed the wave. I think the Crash wave that happened died down by the time this came out, and nobody was interested in it, I think. And just recently, the game was announced only after 6 months. Stopped receiving updates. And when that was posted on Twitter, multiple people said they didn't even know this game came out.
Okay, I just want to say, before we start like tearing this game a new one, even though we already have, that is very unfortunate.
Right.
Like, a lot of very like talented people worked on this, and it's a real shame that it got shut down and didn't get the support it needed. But also, it is a little funny.
I think I feel a little less bad because the team that worked on this is immediately going to like do something else. So like,
Sure, yes,
it's a little less like sad. Like if this was like a different scenario, I'd be joking about this less. But since they're all going on to do something else immediately, it's like, okay, that's fine. I don't know. Is it weird to say I think this game made me like Crash Bandicoot less, and I haven't even played it. It made him.
Gosh.
It kind of makes him feel
a little insane.
It makes him feel like lame. I don't know how to explain it. Like, something about this game exists. I think a lot of the stuff they've done with Crash after 4 has like made me like him less, and I want to be like, all right, Crash, you can take another decade hiatus. I think I'm good on you for like a decade again. Take a break. Take a break.
That's
Write it in.
insane. You know how old you're gonna be in a decade?
I mean,
Don't even think about it.
I don't
don't
know.
wanna hear
I
that
just
number.
feel like they keep trying to make this character to something he shouldn't be. I think I don't think I think this is a case just a character was made for a specific reason with a specific tone, and I just think they keep trying to do things with him that isn't like what he needs to be doing. I don't think everything needs to be like a big series IP across like a million things with like huge games. I think Crash can just be a jumping motherfucker who kart races sometimes, and that's fine. It's fine. It doesn't need to be a mobile game.
You know why I think it didn't really do so well?
Yeah, but
I think the issue is that it didn't have banana in the title.
Right.
You think it should have been
Oh
called
my God.
Crash Team Banana Rumble?
Like, doesn't it make sense now? Like, it like compared to the others, I mean, they just didn't put banana in the
they
title
got
for
the
this
rumble
one.
in there, but they didn't get the banana.
They made the wrong call.
Yeah,
It's not even funny.
idiots, all of them.
But I hope what I'm saying here makes sense. I sometimes feel like I format very like, because I was thinking about this at work today before like I wanted to do the podcast side, like my very formative words on like my feelings about like this game and this character, and I had something like really coherent, and then I get on the show and I'm just kind of bumbling. But you know what I mean, right? Like I feel like this game is symptomatic of like everything ever now needing to be like a big like brand and like franchise.
It's like how like profit has no ceiling. Like whenever something does good, you have to figure out how to make the next thing make even more money. It's all just about money, profit, until it all just like until the tower just collapses under its own weight.
Yeah.
And this is that moment.
Because
we're seeing it right now.
Because Crash Bandicoot like MOBA game just feels like throwing darts at the wall, kind of like an executive, like, okay, Crash Bandicoot, mobile game, MOBA, okay, ship it.
People like this character, so they'll buy anything with him in it.
That didn't work.
It's kind of just goes to show like the lack of confidence, or like not lack of confidence, but like a real, obviously like a real understanding of like how to why this character appeal to everyone, and then it's like it's kind of just like, how do you say, dissociated this.
No, I know what you're saying. I mean, that is kind of like that is the issue with this. It is
because if you do this with like Sonic or something, like that'd be one thing. Because I think Sonic fans, for example, would be more into something like this, and like the character kind of fits that like kind of style a bit more. But again, like Crash Bandicoot is so zany and toony and wacky to me. Just like, oh, get the Crash Bandicoot Battle Pass to get the gems to level Crash up. Like there's such a dissonance there between like character tone and like game, and it's just weird to me. I don't know. I think that's part of the reason
and
this
like with the
took off.
Sonic, but with the Sonic comparison, it's like even if it's the same percentage of people who would be interested in a Sonic MOBA that would be interested in a Crash MOBA, because Crash it's not like it's just not as big as Sonic. I'll just say that.
No, it's not. Not even close.
But because like because of that size difference, but they have the same percentage of people who would be interested in that thing, Crash is just not big enough to have a game be supported by that percentage of people.
Right.
Because there's just that percentage is not enough people to support this kind of title. So it's just they made a heavy swing, and they just didn't have anything to back it up.
If they made this with like Mario, I would think it's stupid still, but it probably would have done better.
There would be enough people to fund game development for a while, because it would just be a similar percentage, but so much more of a sample.
Did you know this game got 3 seasons total, and 2 out of 3 of them were dedicated to Spyro the Dragon characters?
Oh, no.
Man. Well, I mean, I get the thought, but boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I had so much to say about this game in my brain, and just like the weird like failings of it, and just how strange I find this game. Now that I'm here, I'm like, well, I guess that's about it, really, right? Like, it's just
I mean,
it's a bummer.
It came and went. I mean, what do you think Crash needs to be doing? You know, if we had the world where you could like go back in time and like, you know, raid Toys for Bob offices and force them to make something else. You know, what
make more platformers. I don't think he I get there's like this need to like, we got to expand the brand. Just make more platformers, and if you want a multiplayer thing, just make another kart racer. I think kart racers fit these kind of characters very well. So like that would be fine. And they've done Crash Kart Racers plenty in the past, and like it suits the character's tone. I feel like with kart racers, you can kind of like get a lot of personality of like these kind of big hulking cartoony characters. I don't.
Right.
I just. I don't know. I'm mumbling to myself. This didn't need to
Well,
exist.
so we should say also, none of us have played this game.
No, I barely.
No.
I,
Oh god.
So everything
like,
we've said have been. I'm not saying this to like take away from the points we're making, because I think we've said a lot about this that is pretty accurate. But I also think it could have just been a fun game that was just not marketed properly. There's a lot of ways that this could have went, but I think it just missed the mark.
I do love this chat comment. I had some parent come in to sell a physical copy of this game to the store I work at because they didn't want their kids playing an online multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Like you said, Niall, I think that's true. I also just think this game was marketed like super poorly.
Sure.
I saw so many people when it was like revealed and then afterwards say, I don't even know what this game like is. I see people who thought it was a platform fighter. I see people who thought it was like a beat 'em up. I see people who thought it was just all sorts of things. I don't think the game was marketed well at all.
what is it?
Okay, I've seen a bit of
Now that we're 20 minutes into the segment.
Yeah.
From the footage I've seen, it is like you grab the fruit and you bring it back to your side, and then like people can like stop you and beat you up on the way.
Okay. I mean, that sounds like it'd feel a fun like party environment. That's kind of like a Fall Guys mini game in a way.
But like if you look into it, there's like stats, like you gotta get the gems to like level your character
God.
up. Like there's like all those
Oh,
menus.
there's like a perk system.
Probably I need to like look up a picture like a menu for this game with like the perks and all that.
Yeah, let's get up like a multiverses menu picture.
Oh, this game also had some of the worst like upcoming season like post things ever. Like here's what's coming
Really?
this season. I need to find one. And there'd be like 80 things on screen that were indecipherable.
Let's see them.
They find one. I need to find this so bad. Like
We're waiting.
I need to find it, guys.
Well, now, what do you want to fill the air with? In the meantime, about this game, you have anything?
I don't know. What's on the bingo? What can we just say to fill out the bingo while we're waiting?
Just say Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo.
We've never talked about the non-binary Madagascar character.
Oh wait, don't wait. Somebody posted it. I'm gonna put it on screen. I want you all to look at this when it gets on screen and just try to decipher it. Just try to decipher like the information you're being told here. It's like maybe like a casual fan or like an outsider looking to get in the game, and you go on their Twitter and you see this.
Okay.
I'll put it in the Discord too, so you guys can see it a bit faster.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. And we're seeing the image right now.
Oh.
Oh
man.
This is way worse than I was imagining.
There's a lot going on.
I've been to one casino. This is what you see when you walk in there.
Yeah,
this is
like you see this on like a gas station scratch ticket.
Yeah.
I guess that might even be the aesthetic they're aiming for, which I don't necessarily blame them for, but this is unpleasant. I'm sorry to say. This is hard to look at.
Just so we're clear, Wumpa Rama is January 11th through the 15th. Just make no mistake.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, well,
That
I gotta
took
mark
me,
my
like,
calendar for that.
10 seconds to find.
You guys ever tried Wumpa Whale? Limited time mode.
This doesn't even look like a calendar. What is the like December, January, February like timeline going like horizontally in the image? What is that about?
I don't know. You like
okay.
This isn't real.
You like
I don't know. I really like I understand this is bad. I start to feel mean when I start to think of what I would say about this.
I mean but I mean
it's they just missed it entirely. And it's a shame. I hope. I mean, the IP will recover. Obviously, people love Spyro and people love Crash, but
You like
that might be even more scathing than anything you could have said. Like the
I
IP
guess
will
so.
cover.
Maybe you know what? I'll take a step back.
I like the blue crash near the new map thing.
Ice. Is that like ice?
Oh yeah,
You like
Ice Crash.
Look,
Toys for Bob has an exciting future, I think.
That's true. They've got indie. That's kind of related to this. Toys for Bob, the studio behind the Crash 4 and the Spyro remakes and more, have officially gone indie. They're no longer Call of Duty asset schlock studio anymore. They get to make things again. They went indie pretty recently, and the same day they went indie was the day this game was announced to get shut down. Not shut down, but like updates would stop.
yeah.
We know right now it doesn't sound like they're planning to work on like an IP. I think from what I can gather, I think they want to make an original thing, which I tend to think is just more of a good thing. I see a lot of like, oh, what will happen to Crash and Spyro? And the answer is they'll be fine. Something will happen with them. But I think when like these kind of studios like kind of branch their wings out, because we recently saw that with Petty's Breakaway with the Sonic Mania team. I think when these teams get to like kind of spread their wings, you really get to see something cool from them.
But wait, why would they not want to work with this IP anymore? Looking at this image on the screen,
You know, I couldn't tell you.
what's the issue? I'm. This is gonna look great, like shrunken down somewhere on the screen.
Yeah, I'm really in the
It's
corner.
completely just non-decipherable.
It's just gonna be a bunch of colors. The winter event. When is the winter event? Oh my
It's
god!
December 14th. Oh no, there it goes.
But very excited for Toys for Bob's future. It sounds like they're still like partnering with Microsoft. The general vibe I get is gonna be like kind of what the Cuphead team does. Like they kind of just make their own thing, and then like Microsoft will usually like agree to publish it, kind of situation, which I think is ideal. They get like that kind of like safety net from Microsoft, but they're not really restrained to like do like a corporate schedule type thing to like that degree. They don't have to make assets for Call of Duty multiplayer games anymore. I'm excited to see what comes from that. I'm really earnestly excited to see what comes to that. This isn't something that gets to happen a lot, where like a kind of a studio breaks free of the company they're under and gets to
without dying.
It gets to kind of spread.
Well, they
their
might die.
wings.
We don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to.
I don't think they will, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
there's a good chance that they could.
Yes.
I mean,
this is a very difficult thing to do,
right?
As a lot of game development is, no matter what level you're at.
Yeah. But we're right behind you, Toys for Bob.
Uncle Stan.
Are we?
Is it? Yeah.
After this, can we inherently say that we're behind them? I think we are, but
I'm behind this dude. Like a lot of these problems that came with Wumpa League were probably like higher ups asking for specific things. I don't blame Toys for Bob even remotely.
Yeah. Well,
You're right. You don't believe me. You think I hate Toys for Bob? Okay, I'll say it. I hate Toys for Bob. I hate toys. I hate Bob. I hate Thor. I hate them all.
I think Toys for Bob sucks.
I'm gonna steal their Hoo-Hash and Goobash and Crashes and Spyros. I'll take their angled art style and cartoony Spyro. I don't know. Just being like
Spyro. That would have been cool if you figured out a rhyme, but I guess you don't have those chops. Yeah, it's all right.
Hey, Spyro the Dragon. You know, if they let me like do a bit with Spyro the Dragon, I'll just say, "Oh man, I need to get refill my prescription." And then Spyro's like, "No worries, I got your back. Thank you, Spyro, for refilling my Spyro Nactic. No problem." And he flies out. Like, he's an ally.
For those of you at home that don't understand, this was a joke about hormone replacement therapy.
Thanks, John Cartwright.
We need a John joke explainer. We need to like befriend him so he can.
It's like a
do
chat message I would do.
Y'all want to talk about Megamind?
Not really.
Megamind. He's
did
back
anyone
again.
Okay, did anybody here watch any of the new Megamind?
Okay, here's what I have seen. I've seen
Okay.
the intro to the new series, which I think is pretty good. They got Adam
It's a-
Lambert on the track. It's,
It's
well
like a
produced.
it's like way too good for what the show
Like
is.
it's really catchy, and I was a big fan of that. I've seen a few clips going around, few viral clips, and a lot of people complaining.
Okay.
And that's about it. I know there's a movie and I know there's a series, and the movie is out, but I don't know if the series is out.
Okay. Why don't we just all go around in a circle and like say what we know about this?
I wanted
Like,
to s-
now that it's out.
I wanted to say specifically about this. I feel like I'm less interested in the show itself and maybe some of the violent reaction there's been to the show. I feel like if this came out on Nick like a few years ago, nobody would have given a shit. For some reason, I think now in this current internet culture, combined with the fact they like kind of they hyped up what was ultimately like a TV show like movie, right? Like the movie for the TV show, like
Yeah.
pilot. They hyped up as a sequel, which I think created some like unrealistic expectations they were never trying to reach. And it's gotten a lot of 20 and 30-year-olds mad about what is ultimately a Nickelodeon baby cartoon on Netflix. And I find
Right.
some of the outrage just kind of fascinating. Like, I like Megamind the movie, and like, I'm sure this isn't a very good cartoon, but like, I don't know. I don't care. Like, I don't dislike Madagascar less because All Hail King Julian was mid. I'm fine.
You don't know that it was mid. You never watched it.
I'm sorry.
We don't watch
I'm
media here.
Run
on
that
Ready to
down
Start
right
Cast.
now.
Why are you coming to the defense of All Hail King Julian?
That show has a lot of fans.
Yeah.
What
And
kind
so
of
does
fans?
Penguins of
does.
Madagascar.
Are you one of them? Are you one of the fans of All Hail King Julian?
Now, hold on.
What?
Question. How do I
Okay.
fucking kill Wet Pea?
Just like change the file name on your computer? I don't know.
Like the
does
file
anyone-
format?
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with it right now? What are you
Yeah.
trying to do right now that isn't related to the
we
show
can't
we're
just
doing
try
right
and
now?
figure this out while we're on the show.
Yeah.
This is,
You see us
Oh
after
wait, never
class,
mind. I
don't
killed it.
okay,
Oh, never
great.
mind. I just choked it out. All right,
Well,
go
that's
on.
the problem about Megamind, right?
That
I think that it just would not have happened, in my opinion. This might just be my limited perspective on it. It just would not have happened if there wasn't those same people who are now complaining about it about like 5 years ago, saying that Megamind was the best movie ever made. It is because of that they made it in the first place, and now that it's
Right.
made, the same people are complaining about its quality, and it's like tearing them down. It's like it's entirely balanced on the opinions of its fans, because I just don't think if there weren't so many vocal people who were Megamind fans and suddenly tweeting about it and replying to like, here's a clip from Megamind and being like, this is the best animated movie ever made, it just wouldn't have happened. The show wouldn't have been made. The movie wouldn't have been made. It would have been an IP that was
Right.
left mostly in the past, like Monsters vs. Aliens. But I don't know. There could be a lot of reasons that they brought Megamind back, but that's what I think happened.
Yeah, that's completely true. I don't know. I just find some like the reactions I've seen like very dramatic. I guess like I've seen like, you will never be Megamind. You could have
Right.
that 2 in your name. You will never be the real Megamind 2.
Because they care about it, and that care brought it into existence and is now like destroying it. It's insane.
It's true. I guess since I'm just so like used to like these kind of DreamWorks shows existing, I haven't really thought about it. Like, I'm sure there's so many just like I don't know, like the Boss Baby back in business is gonna affect my opinion of Boss Baby. I don't know. I just find the reactions like fascinating. Like, I don't know if all hail if Penguins if Penguins of Madagascar came out right now, would we hate it because it ruins the canon?
No,
I don't know.
No.
That's hard to say.
This is just a very specific like cultural clash that's going on right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know the one thing I do know about this?
Yeah.
How does Arlo feel about
They
it?
changed Minion's name.
Yeah,
Right.
I saw people mad about that too.
Yeah, Minion is now Chum or Old Chum.
Really?
Yes, that is
I'm
Minion's
trying to,
name.
like,
It's now
fix my
Chum.
freaking internet, by the way.
Okay.
That's as much as I know. But
Which
there-
he's like an evil fish ugly fish character.
There are worse names they could have given
okay,
Minion.
friend. Okay.
It's one of those things where I don't know why they did it, but also I don't think it's a problem they did it.
Yeah.
I'm not so attached to the name Minion that, like, no, it was called Minion for a reason. And if they cared at all. They wouldn't have changed it to Old Chum. It was Minion for a reason.
I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I like how, like, this is like, I feel like each of you use that voice. It's like Abe Lincoln talking to me.
Like the president, the real guy?
No, Clone High.
Clone High. Cleo.
Definitely not.
They ruined Megamind. I can't believe it. Megamind is ruined forever. Cleo, I need to go. I need to go home and sleep. I'm so upset about Megamind.
That's a really good impression, Ryan.
Are you patronizing me?
No, I'm complimenting you.
We have got to talk about something that we like really care about and soon.
Yeah.
Because we
have any like
have really
qualification
gone through some real stinkers so far. Anyway, Megamind, and another thing I guess I should clarify is that I don't think any of us really agree with the large amount of like major complaints about it. We also haven't seen it, but also like
no, I think it's
it
a
is
great
very
show.
limited animation, and that is fine. I speak from experience. The animation is very hard, especially on a limited budget. That's fine. It's just not cinema quality animation. They probably were working in under very hard conditions to make this, and that's fine.
Yeah, it's just a case where it's like you can't fault the people who had to make it too much.
Right.
It was just kind of probably an ill-fated idea in the first place.
They don't respect Megamind. This will never be Megamind 2.
If you had a modicum of respect for the original masterpiece.
Yeah.
You would get
Let's
he's called Minion for a reason.
Okay.
Megamind did not have an evil syndicate. It did not exist in the originals. If you had watched them, maybe you would know the syndicate was not in these movies.
We're doing some really superb straw manning right now.
Yeah, that's true. You know what I say? Everybody who's watching this podcast right now, stop watching it and go watch Mega Man.
All right, that's
go
enough.
watch Mega Man right now. No, go watch Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate and have a great time and just have a good laugh about it. Enjoy.
We're gonna posit ourselves on the correct side of this culture war.
Hey, everyone, dye your popcorn blue for like a fun little night with like the kids. Like, okay, kids, we're having blue popcorn while we watch Megamind.
Ooh, Megamind's special Brainiac popcorn.
Oh, blue, and we have blue Fanta. Ooh, blue Fanta.
Blue Fanta. Oh, what else would we do for? Maybe we'd all like put on your like Megamind bald caps.
I don't care about this hypothetical. I'm sorry. I want to be away from it. I want to leave this fiction.
No, wait,
I've had enough of it.
Niall, you're gonna change your mind when Dad comes in dressed as Megamind.
Kids, I have a surprise. I'm imagining that guy. That guy who
my pronouns.
What?
Your blue pronouns?
Yeah, you know, Megamind.
No, bro, I'm not letting you go forward with that. I'm imagining a guy right now who is like, let's see, how long was 2010? That was 14 years ago. Someone who was like, I don't know, maybe like 15. So they're like, you know, early 30s now. They were big on Megamind, you know. And they didn't watch any of the trailers, and they got so excited when they saw on the cock that there was like a new Megamind movie.
What?
And they were ready to like introduce it to their kids. Their little like 4-year-old children. And so he got all dressed up for Megamind. You know, and he came out. He wants to share this with his generation of children, you know. And he's just so zealous about it. And he sits down and he watches it for the first time, and he absolutely loves it because it's a great time with all the kids. It's great for kids. It's great. There's a few jokes for the adults in there too.
Yeah,
That's just the
pretty
Tim
funny.
and Eric
DreamWorks.
Shrek joke. That's just exactly their Shrek thing.
See-
They even dressed as Shrek in that.
See, you were going for like the dad loving. I would just imagine like there's just two weird kids in the world who love Megamind so much, and their mom makes a whole day out of it. Like they go to the mall
Oh my god.
and they like buy like a Megamind shirt for her like kids.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
I don't.
Like, okay, we're having like Megamind pizza, and her idea of making everything Megamind theme is just like putting like blue food dye and everything.
Yeah.
So everything is blue. We're having a special dinner tonight. Oh, maybe like she doesn't tell them that they're watching Megamind.
I'm losing my mind. Can we get out of the Megamind world that you put me in?
And she's like, okay, what are we having for dinner? We're having, Mom, what's for dinner tonight? I just came home from school. It's like,
I'm
we're having
trapped.
chicken. And then she like opens up like the dinner dish, and the chicken is blue. And then they're like, oh, and then they look at each other, and then they realize we're gonna see Megamind.
And then the dad dressed as Megamind comes in and says, "Oh, don't forget old Chung." And he's like their pet goldfish in the
I
bowl.
heard there's a few young sycophants in my presence.
Hey,
Yes.
look at this. It's Megamind.
Oh my god, it's Megamind in real life.
Oh, let me put Megamind. This is exactly what the dad looks like in this scenario, by the way.
Boy.
He comes
Oh,
in.
he also put in like the other eye monkey ball.
Rosa, this image is prime for like a trace over where you give him like a really big head. I'm just saying.
Okay, Ryan, don't post that yet. Just post eye monkey ball.
It's already on screen. We'll have the comparison when your masterpiece is ready. Niall,
Okay.
let me ask you before we move on to the next topic. Do you love Monkey? Do you love Megamind?
I thought that was Shay Frillis in the chat for like a split second. I'm sorry. You see like Skilla Safeguard? I thought that was Shay Frillis. Because they were talking
I'm
about
sorry,
Megamind.
Skill Safeguard. We think it's great that you're here.
You know what? I do love this chat comment though. Traditional Megamind house.
Megamind-
You know,
I mean,
there's
he
just
has
not
kind of
enough,
become a
like,
bit of a trad wife.
We're not seeing enough family Megamind
No.
values being pushed in the media anymore. When's the last time you've seen a happy traditional Megamind family on TV? Think about that.
Wait, why?
Maybe that's the real complaint.
Yeah, I mean, like, consider this.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Megamind did his?
So that can't be the second time that's happened.
Why doesn't Megamind and his beautiful, sexy
You just
reporter wife have a child together and then send him to school
Ooh.
to become an office worker?
All they have is like an adopted like wokest Gen Alpha like streamer child.
It's Hi Greedy! Welcome to the Normal Theater!
You really subscribed now? Like you really like now?
This is gold. We're on fire. If you didn't,
You became a member now? After this?
Keep the doors coming, Jenny. I'm gonna roll today.
Oh, you get special access to those 3 emotes, by the way.
We maybe might make our quota, sir.
I was talking about Megamind jokes.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you donate $2 right now and request Megamind to be in Fortnite,
That's right.
we-
I guess
we
as a
got-
gentle reminder, for one, please support Palestine at the link you can see on screen.
Arab.org. Yeah.
Yes, but also if you donate $2 to the channel, I will put a character into Fortnite. That is a guarantee, and I have the power to do so.
Yeah.
And it's not a joke.
It's not a joke. Okay.
But still, please donate the money.
You want to talk about the first news topic of the night we might have something actual to say about?
Maybe.
All right. Let's set the stage.
Okay.
Pokemon Direct happened this week. I think we should go one by one, talk about everything they announced. I just think we all have some things to say about all of them, really. I'm going to start from the start here. Okay, let's see. The first one. Okay.
Okay, so they confirmed the latest Yuri, alternate
Yuri's
Yuri. They
upgraded.
have 2 different kind of Yuri related to like the female protagonist,
Hey,
Sure.
Rosa,
Juliana.
Rose, I think you're skipping over the fact Liko and Roy have arrived in Go Snapshot. Right now in Pokemon Go, you can take a picture with the
What the hell did you
protagonist,
just say?
Liko and Roy from the Pokemon anime. You can use that.
Liko and Roy
Is-
just arrived in Go Stop. That was
Yeah,
such like
those are the
goo.
protagonists of the current season of the anime season.
Really?
Oh,
There's a guy named Roy?
Is that the one?
Yes.
Is
Well,
one
now that
the
Ash
one
is
that
gone,
looks
he's
like,
finished his
a
adventure.
Is one of them
What?
the one that looks like a Precure character?
I don't think either of them really look like one.
Maybe.
No. Look at the blue one, and then look at Kokone from Delicious Party.
I guess she just looks like an anime girl to me.
Rosa, your mind is warped.
You guys are getting sidetracked. You can sit
That's
out
true.
on an
No,
adventure
you're right.
with Liko and Roy right now in Pokemon Go. Take a snapshot with them, and there's a special event where you can get Captain Hat Pikachu. What are your thoughts on that? I just
I thought
spit.
that was pretty cool. I
I-
like
I
Pikachu,
just-
and I think he's cool.
I just spit as I said that. That's
I
embarrassing.
think Rico looks chill. Her Sprigatini is really funny. The Captain Pikachu. Did you know he was voiced by like Ed Sheeran for a bit?
What?
Really?
Yeah, there's like footage of Ed Sheeran doing like voices for like Captain Hat Pikachu,
That's crazy. I got to see that.
but like I don't think it's in the episode.
Yeah.
I think it was just for that bit.
Gotta be honest, I was scrolling through this and I saw it get 40,000 gems in Pokemon Masters. I can't keep up this bit anymore. You want to talk about the one actual thing we want to talk about from this?
Well,
Yeah,
hold on. There is one thing I want to talk about first.
Okay.
Before we get to the big thing, there is a new app that Pokemon is launching.
Oh, a new
uh,
Pokemon app with creatures?
Yes. It's
Download now.
Sorry.
on the App Store. It's Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, which is basically you open 2 digital packs of the traditional cards every day for free. Then you use those cards in a kind of simplified version of the trading card game. And it's similar to things that you might be familiar with, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links or Marvel Snap, those kind of games, which for those properties was like a huge, like big success, very big commercial success. So I'd imagine that Pokemon is looking for that same thing. Looks pretty fun. I don't really have much to say other than that, but it is like something that I could see myself playing every now and again on my phone. I like to have a little thing to do when I'm like sitting.
Hey,
You
Niall,
know, yeah.
You
did
gonna
you
spend
put Pablo from Grapple Dog in Fortnite?
One more time.
Pablo from Grapple Dog in Fortnite. Can you make that happen?
Yes. I'm so sorry about that. Mush TV Pablo from Grapple Dog and Fortnite. I'm gonna be working on that. Yes.
All right.
Kyle, are you gonna spend some gems on Pokemon cards?
I'm not that kind of player, but maybe. They granted they do look really pretty in game. The 3D models they have are really pretty to look at.
I do want to say one more thing before we get to like the actual like main announcement of this direct. This might have been the funniest. Like, I think okay, how do I word this without saying like stupid? I think Pokemon Presents are always kind of bad. Just in terms of like the show, because like they've always been bad. Let's make one thing clear. In the past, it was 5 minutes of like a beautiful trailer of like got people running around in a field, and like there'd be like a digital Pikachu running next to them, and then like they cut to like all the families over the world, like, oh, we all play Pokemon, ha, cool, Dad. And it'd be 5 minutes of that, and then like 2 minutes of game announcements, and that was it for a bit. And now it's 13 minutes of mobile game updates that got data mined 24 hours ago. I saw every single update that they announced from this on my Twitter timeline the night before this direct. I just think it's funny. These shows are always like this, I guess. Like, I don't get.
Okay, well, let me put this in perspective for you, Ryan. So
Yeah.
you're not a
That's
fan
cool.
of really anything that was shown,
No.
correct? So imagine if you had to watch a Nintendo Direct for something that you cared nothing about. It's hard for you to
Farming Sim.
judge if it's bad or not.
True.
I don't think it's the content I'm talking about here. I think it's just more that everything in these presentations gets leaked like 24 hours ahead. I just think that's funny.
True. Yeah, and that is unfortunate. But I don't know. Speaking as somebody who is a very big Pokemon fan, I think it's a very speedy presentation.
A
I think
fan?
they get through a lot of their stuff
You're a fan.
pretty quickly.
You taking the goo. Does the goo got into your brain?
The goo has gotten to my brain, unfortunately. But I want to. I'm not to go against what you're saying, because I think that they could be improved. I'm just saying that it's for like a very
I
big Pokemon
know.
fan to have a show that's just information about that in a very quick presentation. I think it works for what it is.
I think they just don't need to stream it, maybe, is the better thing to do. They can just upload this video to fucking YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
I just I saw Pikachu before.
Okay, Dad.
Now hold on. Niall, since you're a Pokemon fan, I gotta ask.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on like Politoed with like a quick claw?
Politoed with a quick claw.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Well, there are better items you can put on Politoed, but that's not the point. We have other things to talk about with the presents.
We do?
Yes.
Yes. I guess we should give a little backstory,
Mhm.
like the build up to this announcement.
Oh,
You know-
the lore.
lore. Okay. I do keep up with like Nintendo like leaks and rumor culture. I can't help it. I just think it's fun. And the big thing that was going to this one was Johto or Unova, just like something for them. Like it wasn't even like specifically remakes, just something for them. Like Let's Go, Legends, something for those, because like there's been a lot of like weird focus and hints on those two regions specifically. I don't have like every single last instance of it. I don't keep that attention to this stuff. But it's been like the thing. It's been like the speculation. Which is why I think it blindsided a lot of people when we got the actual announcement, which is they're going back to Kalos, aka Gen 6, aka X and Y.
Mhm.
JK France.
Yep.
Oh no.
For a follow-up to Pokemon Legends Arceus, which came out a few years ago, it is Pokemon Legends. I almost said Legends of Awesomeness, which was not going to be funny, but I had to mention it.
Awesomeness. Sweet.
No,
Have they ever
Pokemon
been to
Legends
China?
ZA, which I can't say I'm the biggest fan of the name or the logo, but I am
No.
very excited for the project, whatever it is.
This game, from what we've been told, will be entirely set in the city of what is it, Luminos?
Lumios City. It is entirely
Yeah.
set. This is the first time. Also, this is a pretty decent deal where, like, Pokemon has always been associated with pretty lush nature. I would say in a lot of like environmental kind of storytelling, like not in the way that you would traditionally think of that phrase. Environmental storytelling is in like about the environment,
Right.
and to have it be entirely in an like urban, like developed area is a kind of new thing, especially for what Legends Arceus was, which was a very like people like to joke that it's like Pokemon Breath of the Wild, but that kind of was what it felt like. It was very much about the wilderness that you were in. So to have a Legends game that's decidedly not that, as far as we know, is kind of interesting.
I've seen a lot of talk about like how they're gonna set this game in the city, because like it's like a biggish city in X and Y, but it's like a 3DS game big city. I think I think they're not gonna be very literal about like what it looked like in the 3DS games. I think they're gonna make it bigger, obviously. Like it's gonna be like the size of like an actual like big city in the actual is like a Paris like city in the real world. I don't think it's gonna be like I think there's gonna be a lot to explore within the city. Like it's gonna be like a really, really big city.
The city.
City of
Home
Townsville.
to-
I'm
home to some of
very
the
interested.
finest
Like,
ingredients. What is it?
I wonder. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was trying to quote Ratatouille.
I'm wondering it's like how if they're gonna follow up on like stuff from like Legend Arceus and like explain like what's going to happen to like the protagonist who gets stuck in the past.
Right. Yeah,
It's like,
that's
really funny.
an interesting thing about Legends is that you don't go like back to the future. You stay there. And another interesting thing about that protagonist in Arceus is that they are hinted at to be from the Kalos region, because the shirt that you arrive in the game with is a shirt that's only available in X and Y. It's like very specifically that design.
So what we know is shit is happening in France.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
or
see,
like
that's the
Huh?
big theory going around right now is, and I should say this is all like we barely know anything about what's happening other than
Almost
that it's
done.
supposedly
Yeah.
like redevelopment of Lumios City. That's all we know, and then it takes place in the city. This is all just complete speculation based on one game that came out before. But people are saying that it's probably either there's a lot of different things, but the one thing I've been seeing a lot of is that it's going to be taking place around the same time, roughly, that Legends Arceus was taking place, which is kind of reflective of like the late 1800s of Japan.
Mhm.
And if you look at what France was up to at that time, they had just gotten out of the Industrial Revolution. They were expanding into the area around them and like getting all this new technology and stuff. So around like post-Industrial Revolution, but that kind of also goes into the narrative of Zygarde, which is the Z legendary of X and Y, who was all about like the ecosystem.
Just a tangent on Zygarde. I love Zygarde because clearly they had much bigger plans for it in the generation it existed in, and then it didn't like get to go through. So they just kind of goofed around with Zygarde a bit.
Yeah, Zygarde was a Pokemon that was experimented with in Sun and Moon, which is very odd. But they did a lot of new forms and a little collectathon for Zygarde, which was it was cool that we got at least something, because I'm honestly really excited for this, because X and Y never really got it just didn't get its third version.
It
never got a chance to really blossom. So a lot of people have this criticism of X and Y, where it was built under all these crazy limitations by the Pokemon Company. It was the first like Pokemon game to be really like in 3D for real, like on the 3DS. It was a huge deal. But that was also like
absurd undertaking.
Yeah, it was a huge game to make. And I think it made a big impact, but also people, as they look back, they're like, X and Y, yeah, I don't know how it wasn't that great. So to have something where it's like, we really want to explore that idea again and give you guys something that's really good with this new idea that we have that's really fresh with the Legend series. I think it's the best case scenario, personally, because I don't think a remake was really necessary for X and Y yet, or ever.
Diamond and Pearl were, I think, like hypothetically, the last like games in this series I think would ever need a remake in any form, and they didn't do very good on it. But like, it's the last one I think you could really. Because like Black and White still hold up really well. And I think like anything past that, I just don't think the technology's advanced far enough to like make it worth it. Like, right, if that makes sense. Like, I know the 3DS is like not like the most powerful system ever, but like I don't think X and Y, Sun and Moon, etc. will need remakes for like a long time, in my opinion. So I think coming back to like this generation to give another chance, but like in this form, I think is way more interesting. And it's good it's getting one, because if you've kept up with like Pokemon stuff at all, it is abundantly and obviously clear there was a third version of X and Y that didn't come to. There is an absurd amount of evidence for it. There's a lot of like stuff that doesn't get like cleared up in the actual game. Like, I don't know what it was. It was like this door you could find, and just like was like, oh, I wonder what happened here. that never
just
gets.
Once again, it's just the limitations. They were developing for a whole new system, and also Game Freak had not done basically like any 3D development
None at
up
all.
until that point. Every Pokemon game that was in 3D was always like either primarily handled by another studio, or they had a very limited involvement with it. So this was like a huge undertaking for them, and they obviously had to cut a lot for it. So I'm glad that we're getting this. Though on the talk of hardware limitations, this is me and Ryan were talking about this the other day. So this is releasing next year,
and the wording on it is very vague. It is like it's probably the Nintendo Switch family of systems is the specific wording they use.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that could be talking about like the Switch and the Switch Mini and the Switch OLED is like a family.
Right.
I'm of the belief. I mean, I have maybe a bit different opinions on this, which I think is fine. I think it's fun to talk about like that way.
Sure, yeah. I mean, because we don't know anything yet.
Yeah,
we're just theorizing.
Thank you.
I think this is coming to like just the regular Switch. Because in my opinion, Pokemon very much works on its own basis. I don't think Pokemon's ever been a year one game on any Nintendo console ever, and they also tend to get a lot of late releases. Like Black and White 2 was out by the time the 3DS was like out for a bit. Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, I mean, were out when the Switch was out. Pokemon tends to get very late releases on like consoles and then like catches up later. And I think this could still make Switch, but Niall, you have different opinions.
Well, yeah, and since we talked about it, I was also thinking, my theory right now is that it's probably going to be a dual release where it'll be on Switch, and it could also be on Switch too, depending on when that comes out. But the theory I had in my head is that, for one, it's a little strange because basically every year Pokemon has had something regarding the mainline titles to show and to sell in like November-ish. That's been going on for basically 9 years. So the last time they didn't have anything for the holiday season for little Timmy to get under the Christmas tree was 2015. So as we know right now, they don't have anything else for the rest of this year. So it feels a little bit strange that Legends would have been pushed just a bit farther. I assume it's going to be like a winter or spring title because that's a long time for it to be announced and for us not to see it. So it basically, my theory is a lot of the information going around about the Switch 2 was that it originally was going to be released in the holiday and then Nintendo had to move it.
There's been like Bloomberg reports on it, so it's very likely like that's just actually what happened.
Yeah, this is not just like hearsay. This is a lot of different sources have been reporting this. So I think it is possible that Legends ZA was supposed to come out in the holiday season, and now it's because it's a Switch. If it is an exclusive Switch title, which I'm not sure if it will be, it would be strange, I think. But if it is, then it probably got delayed alongside it. And that's also why we haven't seen footage of it if it's coming out that soon, because they probably can't show any sort of Switch 2 footage before we even know about the Switch 2 existing, if that is what it's called. But I'm just saying Switch 2 as a placeholder.
That's what Arlo calls it. So.
Well, yeah, I actually do agree with you on like that kind of. I actually think this could be like a thing they market as like made on Switch 2 for enhanced visuals and performance kind of thing.
Right, exactly. Because that's the hook, right? Is that I think when the Switch comes out, they're going to be, or when the Switch 2 is announced, they're going to be like putting footage up of like, hey, all your games that you have right now are now like supercharged and run really well on this new system, and they'll have like a side-by-side comparison of like Scarlet and Violet because of all the complaints that were going around about that. So I think Legends is a perfect game to showcase the power of the new system. But I don't know. This is, once again, we are like theory crafting like crazy. But in my head, I think it is possible that they could have something else to show sometime this year for a November release. And that could be any number of things. That could be like red and blue and yellow and crystal all coming to Nintendo Switch Online. That could be Black and White remix. I don't think that's what's going on. I'm just saying it is
I know
possible.
the answer. I know the answer. Now, the nostalgia right now, GameCube. And what Pokemon game was on GameCube? Pokemon Channel. We're bringing it back. It's going to be a streaming service now, and Pikachu will be in your streaming service and interrupt your show sometimes.
Ryan, that just made me sad.
What do you mean? It made you sad?
No, the people would love that. But I don't know.
I mean, I would love Pokemon Channel, but I don't want it. I don't want it to be like that, where it's like constant streaming.
It's
like,
a streaming
I just want to
service.
watch like. I just wanted to be like TV or like something where like, oh, I'm watching TV with Pikachu.
That would be awesome though.
And
Like,
then I go outside and touch grass with Pikachu. I get to play with Apon. So like, hey, this is my friend.
No,
But they can never make a game like that again.
Rosa,
Not again.
Rosa, no, you have to hear me out. It's a sequel, but it's not a faithful sequel. It takes a new idea and makes it more modern for a modern audience.
Anyway,
It's not the same. It's not the same. It doesn't have that GameCube grease. The GameCube grease. There's like some weird grease in the GameCube that makes games look like that.
Meow's party reunion. Real quick tangent on that. When I was a kid, I was so mad that game wasn't like real. I learned as I grew up, like it wasn't ever a real game. It was just a tech demo they showed at events, and I was so mad because I was convinced it was coming out any day, and it'd be like a game where, like Ash and Pikachu had to like go stop Meow's party. And I like made up a version in my head like that would have existed, and I got so mad when it wasn't.
That's so funny because if it did come out, like you would have no attachment to it.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say something there though?
Oh yeah. Anyway, all this to say, we'll see. I'm not saying that there is going to be something this year, but it's just if it matched the pattern, Pokemon might have something to release in November that could be very small. So I don't want to get people's hopes up. It's just the trend could be, and also like
they're
let's say
looking
if
to
they
you to listen.
Well, yeah, if they did have something to show, and let's say they only had a logo for it, like they do for Pokemon Legends ZA, it would be a really bad look to show two big announcements like that, especially if it was black and white remakes. That because after Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were very like not critically received very well. To have two just logos shown during your Pokemon Presents would be a pretty bad look. So I could see them waiting until like June or around like the World Tournament to show that, because that's also another very common place for Pokemon to make announcements. That's all I'm saying, and we'll see.
Let me put this
Can
thing.
we finally acknowledge
Yeah,
this
I'm
image
putting
that's
this
been in the
as-
chat for like the past like 9 minutes?
Let me put this thing Rosa made on screen.
It's just been driving me insane.
I think y'all like it. Alright, there it is. I'll put it next to Poe. Very cool.
All right, where you
It
belong.
is pretty cool.
I
hate it.
I have a theory on this kind of sub series. I've seen a lot of discussion like how this will work without like a big field to run around in. My theory is I think Pokemon Legends will be a series that is less like, I think it'll have a recurring element that's like all takes place in the past and like you just see stuff in the past. But I think gameplay wise, I think the series is more designed to be a bit of like an open field for Game Freak, right? Like I think like the main games will never change like the kind of format, like the 8 gyms, the Elite Four, and maybe like they'll add some extras and like expand upon it. But I don't think they'll ever like really like change it.
Right, yeah, of course. Right, I'm listening.
You're listening. You're listening, right? You're paying attention. But I think the Legend series, from a gameplay standpoint, won't always be the same like exact thing every time. Like this one, like, you know, they're going for like that. All of it takes place in the city. I can see the structure being very different. The previous one, I don't think they're gonna be like the same exact like kind of game every time. Kind of my theory on the sub series.
Yeah. No, there's got to be a reason that that game, because this is Game Freak. This is not like some side studio making this.
Yeah,
This
these
is,
are like
and
these are
granted,
the freaks we're talking about.
Yeah, these are the Game
Yeah.
Freaks making this. But and also another thing is that like Game Freak does have two different teams that work on mainline games. So it is. And anyway, I need to get away from all the theory. I'm going Pepe Sylvia mode right now.
Yeah.
But
I
your
wanted
game
to
dev
say,
brain.
Miss Rosa?
well, on top of like, I wish there would be another instance of a playable Rosa Pokemon. But I'm very interested of this direction of like the Legend series, because like it's kind of just like a more ideal way of just like bringing back older Pokemon materials without having to like make a full-on remake.
right.
Where we're kind of like you said before, we're kind of at the limit where like,
Hmm.
yeah, we already can do enough of we can with it, with the series, and we just have other means of just like doing it. It's just like with Legend Arceus being like a good way just revisiting like the 4th gen, and now we have X and Y being that. It's kind of like Arceus the Legend series is like now just the more ideal vessel to like explore these remakes now.
Yeah, I agree.
And
And especially because like all the remakes that we've been getting lately, if you haven't noticed, they're getting diminishing returns on critical reception. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, a lot of people liked them, but it was like, it's not as good as Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Then we got Let's Go Pikachu at EV, which was like, this is very different, and a lot of us aren't really into it. Then we got Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and a lot of people were very upset about that. So I could see them
Yeah.
like being like, maybe we don't do remakes anymore. Maybe we
like
take a step back from that.
We're kind of at like they kind of did peak for like at least the very least Sapphire and like expanding upon what they can.
I'm very burnt out on remake culture. I've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just tired of like remakes a bit. I think I feel very stuck sometimes with how often remakes get announced. It's begun to make me a bit sadder than it probably should be how many they get announced, even though I think they look cool. So I think this is very ideal for me because it allows for ideas to be expanded upon in a new way that feels significant, I guess.
Yeah, has something to say and
Yeah.
a new thing to show.
We're also in like that complicated in between where like if like at this point we can't really like elaborate more on remakes, and how are we to do with re-releases, and which is now more ideal, I would say, at least like having access to like the older games.
Yeah, a lot of the time with the
Pre-
remakes,
preserving.
a lot of the time with the remakes now, I would very much just prefer just to have the original game more than anything.
Mhm.
Kind of at that point, I'm fine with old game jank a lot of the time. I don't
Yeah.
really mind.
It's like it's
Yeah.
very interesting. It's like more preferable to have like access to the older versions from like its time because they're like a different kind of philosophy working on different presentations. It just kind of works a lot more better than when you try to like clean it up or modernize it. Like if anything, I think the most is just like how do you bring those here? Especially like inherently with like Nintendo games where a lot of those DSs and other gimmick kind of like games are like inherently harder to like bring
Someone's
into like
saying,
mainstream.
Ryan, what about the motion bloom? They can add the motion bloom to freaking Pokemon Channel too. I was bringing up, you can put motion bloom in that. Every time you move like the camera, it'll be like a ton, the most motion bloom you ever seen, and the camera will wobble slightly when you're done moving, so like it'll make your head realistic and it'll give you a headache for real.
Yeah.
And you'll love that.
Ryan, they're also
That's just
asking
like
in
a
chat
robot.
if we could take the giant brain tuber Tobias Funk off the screen.
Only one person's asked that. $2.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I think
worth
we-
asking.
Well, I think it's fine. I think it looks.
Can we at
it's
least take off
Megamind,
the
you
other
know?
one?
I want them both.
Well, then
Fine.
put them next to each other. I want to see. I want to see the comparison.
Like father, like son.
Rosa, why did you shave him?
Wait,
You did
what
shave
do you
him.
mean?
Like you like made his chest like bare, and like put
That's
his, what
okay.
is that?
No, that's just a different shade of paint he's using
It's
on
more
his body
traditional.
Why?
to embody like the lightning on
The
his
light.
suit.
The Megamind
Oh,
lightning?
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah.
$2.
We love Megamind here.
$2,
We
then I'll take
we
it
were
off.
just joking.
This is how it works. $2 to take it off. $2. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
$2.
$2 don't do it. Well, that's a paradox now, and now my head's gonna explode like the Santa robot.
Well, now you can pay $2 for me to do it. We can go back and forth.
You can also buy SIM
Yeah.
cards for Palestine.
So
true.
along with the Fortnite requests, we each donation will toggle the Tobias Funke Megamind edit.
Yes. Okay, so just so you're keeping track, $2, you get your character in Fortnite, and you switch the toggle for Megamind on screen.
Yeah. So that sounds
Anyway,
pretty good.
anybody? We have anything else to say about Pokemon? I think we've covered a
No,
lot.
I got a lot of what I want to say out.
I trying to remember. I think. I guess I want to elaborate a bit more on Legends. I think it's also like a good method of like using that with Pokemon Home as like a method of like bringing like a more accessible way of like older Pokemons or different
Oh, sure.
variations
Yeah.
of Pokemons. Like there's no Pokemons from like the XY region this generation. Oh, I could get them from like
Oh,
Zod.
you're saying it's a good way to like distribute more Pokemon now that
Yeah,
there's just like
because like
8,000 of them.
because like as of right now, Diamond, Brilliant Pearl are more that are like one of the few ways of just getting like some Pokemons from like
From older
the other
games.
gens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question about Pokemon before we end off?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You guys agree with me that they should put Yoshi in Pokemon?
You don't believe that.
And like make like a
I-
Yoshimon?
No, just Yoshi. Just real Yoshi.
Okay. That'll be funny, but I think what'll be just as funny is that like they give like an alternate evolution to the Dratini line, and like you do like a funny thing to give it like an alternate evolution into like a Yoshi looking Pokemon.
I
Like
want
green-
real Yoshi.
No, I think they could put in real Yoshi, but they would have to modify the design slightly.
No,
I think something like this would work.
no.
No,
Maybe
no,
just-
take a look.
Oh, you know what? That would work. Seep is right.
I hate
Yeah.
you.
Well,
know
because
what?
you have a
If you're
different
showing
look.
me
It's
this-
more simplified design, but you've also added some
Right.
extra
It's
elements
got that
to
like
match
Pokemonian.
Right.
It's got that Pokemonian philosophy to it a
Sucks.
little bit.
Could be like a.
It helps break the shirt helps break it apart because I feel like they really want to go with like a full-on green face and without like giving it accents.
Right.
Kinda
The
interesting
shirt
way
is
of
important,
handling
and the
that.
car is important. I think this would be a Dragon Steel type.
Right, yeah. We've never had a
that'd be
car
interesting
Pokemon
one.
like this.
Oh,
before.
that'd be like a terrifying combination because like they made fairies
You
specifically
take
like
my
with dragons.
You've taken my beautiful Yoshi Pokemon idea and warped it into something evil.
Okay,
But
okay,
what?
okay. You know what,
We're just-
Ryan? You're right. This is Mega Yoshi.
Mega Yoshi.
Yeah. Mega
This is
Yoshi
Yoshi
gets
when
the
he
car.
Mega evolves.
Yeah. That's a really
He
good
gains
idea.
the steel
Mega
type,
Evolution to
right?
Saw, so
Yeah. That's great. That's a really great. That's great, Carl.
I was just gonna say, Yokai Watch in all its desperation has done 3,000 crossovers. I think Pokemon has earned one Yoshi. That's all I'm saying.
what about Luigi?
No, he's not an animal. He's real.
We could just make an animal version of
Whoa.
Luigi like in Spores.
That's not
Don't
true. I only want Yoshi. Everyone's trying to make this into something it isn't.
No,
Yeah,
we're
we-
not. We just gave you a brilliant A1 idea. Yoshi
Brilliant?
getting the cart when he goes mega. Yes, that's actually really cool. If they added something as stupid as Yoshi to Pokemon, at least give us like be decent enough to give us something like him getting the
Yeah.
cart when he's mega evolved.
See,
Exactly. Like, it would be pretty cool. This is just like Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate. You are the
I
fans
was
of Megamind versus
just
the Doom
about to
Syndicate.
get into that. Can we put
It's
the Megamind back
perfect.
on screen? Because I don't think we've really shared all
see,
our piece on
real
that yet.
quick, can you say
Excellent.
it's actually pretty awesome looking at that picture of Millhouse Yoshi?
I
don't know if I
No,
can.
that's like Yoshi
No.
from Pokemon.
I don't know. It's kind of like epic, you know. Like, finally.
Can you give me your best?
You know?
It's my fault. I did it. I'm Wario. Wow.
Oh,
Whatever.
yeah. No. It's me, Wario. It's all my fault. Wah.
Pretty good.
It's me, Homer. It's on my fault. Don't.
That's good.
Someone should make that. It's really.
I just love they all announce who they are. I'm Lisa Mario.
That
Yeah.
clip confounds me.
Early conversation. You know, every time we're together, it's just like a collective mania.
Yeah.
By the mania for the mania.
Speaking of mania, what's the next topic?
Simpsons Yoshi. No, this is
Do we have another
No,
topic?
this-
I just
we're-
now realized. I don't know if we have another
we're about
topic.
to get into what we watched or played this week.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
I guess quick tangent because we're on Pokemon. Just wanted to bring those up. The Yokai Watch franchise is dying, by the way. They ended their
Again?
they ended their their toy production they've had with like their company for 10 years recently. They're shutting the app down. It's over. That franchise is dead, by the way. Anyway,
It's such a shame.
Yeah, I think you can handle it.
I had
now.
to
Add Lisa Mario to Fortnite? Yeah, sure. I'll get right on that. Thank
Oh,
you.
and toggle the Megamind image.
Oh, yeah. Toggle the Megamind.
what do you want
Toggle
me
the
to do?
Mega Man.
He's on screen. What do you want me to do? Make him bigger?
No,
No,
turn
toggle
off.
him.
Toggle
off.
him.
Did you not have the conversation that we just had like 5
Every
minutes ago?
$2, we toggle Mega Man and we get rid of him.
Yeah.
Do I get rid of him now?
Yes.
Okay.
Jesus
Do you really
Christ.
want to?
$2 to bring him back. Yeah, so Yokai Watch is dead. Gonna talk about now what we watched or played this week. Okay if I go first?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I love you.
Really?
Of course.
Okay. I played a video game this week.
What?
Ooh, which one?
Why did you say what like that to me, Niall?
I say ooh.
No, I was talking to Niall. Niall was like,
Oh, okay.
I
Talk
thought
to me next.
this was an animation podcast.
you say that as we talked about Pokemon for 45 minutes.
Yeah, you're right.
Pokemon is animated. Hold on.
Oh, do you saw the Poké Dance music video?
You know what? We said Ryan could go first, then we talked all
Oh,
over
okay,
you.
okay. I'll
ahead,
go
Ryan.
in my.
I played Penny's Big Breakaway from the Sonic Mania development team. It's a new 3D platformer. It's shadow dropped alongside the Nintendo partner direct that happened recently. I've been playing it. I haven't beat it actually quite yet, which is it's a little embarrassing because the game's not very long and I've had it for a bit. I've just been busy. But I'm on the second last world. This is a game I think I'm gonna be playing like replaying a lot in the future. Um, I'm gonna like shuffle up to anyone making a 3D platformer. You don't need to make your game longer than like 10 hours ever.
Yeah.
If you make a 3D platformer and it's like 10 hours, then I can just play it over and over again, and then you make like a speedrunning mode. That's it. I'm good. I'm
I
good.
think some of my most like hours in any video games are platformers
Hmm.
because for that reason you could just there's depth in the replayability of it.
Penny's big
And if you
breakaway.
give me like,
Go on.
and if you add in like a dress up option, I'm going crazy. I'm there for a while. I'm never leaving.
Penny's big breakaway is a very much a momentum based and combo based 3D platformer.
She said the M word.
The M word. The kind of idea of the game is it's not a very hard game ultimately, if we're being honest. But if you play Pizza Tower, it's a good comparison. There's a combo meter you want to keep up as long as you can, and that often makes the only way to keep the combo up is like it's not like hitting enemies to keep combo up or grabbing coins. It's like you have to use your yo-yo in some way, and that could be attacking or platforming, something like that. You have to keep using your yo-yo, like increasingly. And that can put you like in kind of dangerous situations sometimes if you're not careful, because like you move around with it. You have to keep moving around to keep that combo up, and it's one of those things that like there's ways to cheese it or ways to do other things with it, but like playing the game with what I call swag, like if I don't beat the level of swag, I'm gonna feel bad. Like I need to beat this level with as much swag as possible. I need to get all these combos. I need to like do cool tricks over like the platforming segments. And it kind of very much encourages you. It's a game that I would say wants you to engage with like its like systems. I would say like it's like movement systems. It feels very much intentionally designed in some extent to be like sped run. Sometimes like a game's camera will, like kind of tease you like, ooh, could you maybe move to get over there somehow like faster? Ooh, stuff like that.
Ooh.
I like the game's like secret system. Not very hard to find the secrets, but they're all laid out in like very natural ways that you're not combing the level for, but they're still hard to like find and get. Every level has like 3 like challenges like someone will need your help with. You can like fail them if you're not fast enough. You gotta like get a certain amount of score. And those are really fun to do. And the game has a lot of momentum. Like I said, it's very much momentum based. If you go down the slope on your wheel, you get faster. There's a great sense of just momentum and like
Wonder where they got that from.
the wheel you use is like a great weight. You have a great like weight in this game. It's like it's got a good platform feel. I think if you know, I prefer when platformer characters have a bit of weight to them, and you do in this one. And I've been enjoying it a lot. The music's good. The characters are fun. The graphics have colors. It's great.
You love to see it. That's not, you don't always get colors with graphics. That's actually true. Sometimes the graphics are not colorful, but this one is very colorful and it looks nice.
Yeah.
This game.
What?
Yeah.
This game.
This is game.
It is.
Okay.
I've heard from a friend of mine that the game launched maybe a little bit buggy.
Yes.
Have you been dealing with that, and has it been affecting your play at all?
I feel like it was very much in the first world where I saw most of it. Once I got out of the first world, I feel like I haven't seen one really since. It is feel a bit buggy. It is not even remotely like a Balan Wonderworld or Sonic 06 level buggy.
Sure. Yeah, it's like typical, launch bugs that'll happen.
I've seen at least one person with a Sonic icon on Twitter try to spin it as that. It's not even a little. It's just a bit buggy.
Mention that they had a Sonic icon.
I'm mean. I'm evil.
Seep is over here in the corner, like seething.
No, I'm just saying.
Gaming.
You're making yourself a target right now.
The game has really good boss fights too. I think boss fights in platformers can be really mixed bags, in my opinion. I think that's something I kind of feel about platformers all the time. They're all very clever in this.
Yeah.
There's one with like an eye guy. I don't even want to know if I want to spoil it. But like the way you defeat him is like so clever and like interesting. I just never seen anything like it in a platformer. I guess I can describe it a bit. You just like send like a bunch of those like eyeballs like into like you're fighting him on a billiards table, and like the way you defeat him is you get rid of all those like eyeball things by just like shooting them into the billiards holes. It's really neat. There's like another boss fight where it's like sumo wrestling match. There's another one where, like, you kind of like have to keep chasing someone down on the water. It's been very good. It's very good about like interesting boss fights. I think sometimes platformers can struggle with, even good ones.
Right.
Like I like Mario games, but like I'd be lying if I said I like remember the boss fights in them like, most of the time. Like I think all the boss fights in this are like have been really solid.
It's great. I haven't bought it yet. But this is definitely big on my. This is entering the I guess the orbit of the likelihood of me buying it. You know, because I don't buy a ton of video games, but this one I love platformers that are very like focused. This one seems like that, where it's
Very
like
focused, yeah.
there's a very strong intent with like the level design and such. That's why I tend to really like 2D platformers, because it is a very like stripped down, like usually deliberate design sensibility, and I love when 3D platformers can kind of
2D
embody
games
that.
are the most purest form of gaming, my dude.
What are you?
That
Tommy,
counts for
right
the
now?
Tommy tweet bingo, by the way.
Does
Tommy
it?
just sounds
Yeah,
like
it
a
does.
flower child, huh?
Dude,
A
you can't
flower
get
child?
more any pure or retro than a 2D platformer, man.
You should actually make that tweet with like the funniest examples possible.
Alright, I'll think about someone.
What are the funniest examples possible? Wait, we can like brainstorm that a little bit, right?
One of them's got to
Yeah.
be New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Yeah, I got time.
Okay. Braid.
Oh,
Does he know what braid is?
He does
I
it.
don't. There's no way he knows what braid is.
It does
I
it, but it'd be
think
really funny if he used one as an example.
I think he
Yes.
would have like looked up like top like 2D platformers and just saw a picture of braid and would
Yeah,
have been
found like a compressed JPEG on Google of just the guy, and was like, "Oh, this was a big deal. Okay, let me put it in."
he's trying to appeal to the
SpongeBob Squiggle Pants on the Nintendo DS.
Okay, I think. Okay, and I think the fourth example.
You think
what?
Tommy would mention like Soldier Boy?
I don't know if he was
Because,
alive
like-
for that.
Yeah, I know, but like, if he's like look researching Nintendo's, then like he's probably like heard about like Soldier Boy making fun of Braid.
Well, I don't know if he'd have much. To
Oh
say
yeah,
on
that's
that.
right. Yeah.
Does he have much of?
I don't think he actually cares about Braid that much. He just knows it's like an important game, like a respected game. I think he doesn't know anything about it.
The same way he would bring up like Chrono Trigger, despite having no connection to it whatsoever.
I'm trying to think. I think one of the examples should be like a game that has like some side-scrolling element, but isn't like really a platformer. Like maybe like Zelda 2, or like the 2D sections in like Mario Galaxy. You know?
Yes.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Glad we're forming this tweet live on air.
Yeah.
This is
is
an
like
actual
good
new
content, I gotta say.
You know, this is kind of like that one image of like Jimmy Neutron and Timmy on the computer together.
That's true.
Now
It
the
actually
now add the 2D Mario Galaxy section to the tweet.
Insane. Who's next? Who wants to go next?
Sorry.
Add the Mario Galaxy 2D sections to the tweet.
Okay, that really got me for some reason. Okay.
Oh, Mickey Mouse. There should be a Mickey Mouse 2D platformer in here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Magic Mirror.
Oh, what about the one where it was like it looks like it's scaled improperly that came out recently?
Oh, the
Do you know that one?
Illusion Island?
Yeah, maybe that one. Maybe one of them. One of them.
He loves
Or maybe are there 2D segments in Epic Mickey?
Yeah,
Well, it wouldn't be what you're thinking of.
No, there is.
though.
There is. Okay, so we go with that.
Okay, I'm gonna make the tweet. Keep talking.
You're in
The
the
one-
damn
Wait, hold
lab
on.
right now.
What about like the Castle Illusion, which is technically a pseudo sequel of like Epic Mickey?
I think that's good, but I think using the Epic Mickey 2D sections is so like stupid. I think it's funnier.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Are we like
Um,
breaking the magic of Tommy right now?
No,
No.
we're just Ryan's like
I feel like
DMing
we are a
Tommy
little
right
bit.
now.
If they
No,
listen,
Ryan has direct contact with Tommy.
Well,
And,
yeah, but
like-
I just okay, kids. If
Listen,
you're
Niall.
watching, Tommy is real. Don't listen
Tommy-
to us.
He's 15 years old. His birthday is coming up. He's in high school right now.
This is not even gonna be that funny. Like tweet. It's better get like a, it's
Him
better
Him
get
and
like
his friends
1,000
were just
retweet.
review Gummy Bear Island.
Okay, but
For the
I think
Wii.
that is kind of the magic of Tommy because it's not. I think people might like. I don't know, might like see like a certain, like you see the tweets that blow up from Tommy, and you're like, oh, this
Yeah.
is like an outrage account. But I think sometimes if you just scroll through Tommy, like sometimes he's just kind of saying like
Okay.
whatever is on his mind,
I'm
you know.
putting this in chat. There it is. It's in the YouTube chat.
New
did it,
Tommy
folks.
tweet.
We were cooking.
What the heck, SpongeBob? Is a SpongeBob drawn to life?
Yeah.
I love how this image is like barely like readable. It's like not even legible what this game is.
Great Tommy tweeted.
That's pretty clean. Gotta say.
Okay.
Tommy, you forgot Sonic Colors. It's the first reply
That's
this
a good
got.
game, though.
All right.
Oh my God.
But needless to say, Penny's Big Breakaway, fantastic game. Almost I think this might be Game of the Year potential for me already.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, anyone want to go next?
Wait.
I could go.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
So, so for a quick one, I on Pokemon Day they released a little anime music video called the Pokemon Dance.
The
Like cartoon.
Pokemon
It's a-
dance?
Mm-hmm. I've seen
Yeah,
this.
basically
It's really
like
cute.
yeah. It's
Did
really
it start like
basically,
Pikachu? And he's like, now you step to the right and you move to the left and you clap your hands and you do a little step.
I'm sorry, Steve, but there was no Pikachu.
What?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
okay.
What the heck is this?
But it features like 8 different trainers with not 8, 9. How many regions are in?
At least 12.
Yeah.
12 trainers?
So we got so it shows cases like different trainers with a Pokemon based on the different regions. And each
Oh.
one of them are in like a different art style because
Wait,
they're all anime.
I did see this. I
Yeah,
did.
it's really
It's
good.
this thing, right?
Yeah.
No,
Really
Seep,
good.
it's not that. Oh,
Is this
Keep
one
on
of the
going to-
trainers?
that is
Which
not
gen
one
is
of the
this?
traders.
The
Oh
great
yeah.
visual gag you're doing that I had to like put on screen now.
Yeah.
I don't
get
even
to
know what to say. It's just the Proud Family movie.
Continue, Rose.
But it's a fun little music video. The animation is great. It really makes me want to check out like all the different artists that worked on it. And I love the little details that like reference the origin of regions they're from. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's like barely 2 minutes. Go have a watch. It's a nice song. Maybe even learn to dance.
Sweet.
I hate this game. I'm just thinking about like the scene
What?
and like she goes like, "Yes, Zoe."
We watched this in like a call, like
We
this whole
did.
like the Proud Family like dance off sequence.
You guys remember this in the audience with the peanut guys?
Yeah. Any Proud Family movie watchers who remember the Zoe ended you Pokemon dance sequence?
Rose, but go on. I don't want to derail you.
Okay. I will
Okay.
deliver you. But so I watched a movie called Mad God. Now this
Okay.
was a movie that was in production for about like 30 years by like what was the name of the stop motion set designer for Jurassic Park? Oh,
Tim
shit, damn it.
Burton.
I'm going to what was his name?
What was this thingy?
Phil Tippett. Yeah, Phil Tippett. This movie is such a visual treat to look at. It's mostly silent. Of course, it's obviously just a mostly silent film, but like the practical work, the stop motion animation, and everything, it's just okay. It's just like astounding and like amazing to look at.
I'm glad you're putting like more Proud Family images on screen instead of like supplying to like the thing Rose is talking about.
Yeah.
I'm falling behind a bit. Give me a minute.
Yeah, so it's such a visual marvel to look at, and it's kind of just like witnessing like horrors beyond imagination, made from a man's
Really? What is it
imagination.
called?
Yeah, Mad God. It's a horror movie, and you could get it on Shudder, but you could also like watch it on YouTube or like Butter Memes.
Oh my god, this looks
Cool.
really scary.
Yeah, look up images.
Don't
Yes.
put this on screen.
I'll post.
Yeah, it's
I'll post the least scary character on screen.
Okay.
yeah, it's a horror. It's like a horrifying movie. I like to describe it as like it's on the same spectrum that Yuminiki is on, where you're kind of just experiencing it. You're just experiencing the world and just like taking away what you feel about it. But I guess there would be
Unique
more.
comparison.
It's like because it also kind of reminds me of like Jordan Underneath.
What?
You ever heard of Jordan Underneath?
Jordan underneath?
Yeah, he used to
No.
do videos about like horror games, but then he switched out to just doing whatever he feels like. One of these were like these videos of like how is it? There was one where he does use like a fucked up Arlo looking puppet.
What
Dude.
are you telling? This is like a
It's
scary
just
emo guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember looking at his work and I just love it. It's like, oh, it's just like putting like an inspiration of like Yuminiki and all that. It's like very fascinating to look at. It's like an I Spy movie, like an I Spy book, but like horrifying. And I just love the practical details they put into it, and like all the surreal visuals in mixed medium. It's kind of like nonsensical for the most part, and like and goes in the story just becomes non-linear, and it's surreal. It's such a marvel to watch. I can't say everyone would come away like enjoying it, but I am fascinated by like I was really fascinated in all like all the work put into it, all the
Honestly, it does sound like I'm intrigued by this. I've never heard of this before.
You're sickened but intrigued.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like it's awe-inspiring to look at this and like the visuals alone, but also the content, and it's like holy shit. It's kind of like holy shit.
Okay.
It's just like if you were like those people who were like scared from like stop motion horror.
Funny,
Or,
I
like-
never was. I was scared. I was scared of normal things like the SpongeBob credits. Go on.
You're so weird.
It's such a marvel to look at, and I would recommend it to anyone who's like interested in that kind of deal.
All right.
How scary for real is it though? You would say I don't really actually have any problem with like
On the scarometer.
on the because I'm pretty fine.
Yeah, let's bring that up. Hold on.
It's funny. Like I feel
Can
like
we bring out the scarometer.
I think,
Sorry,
like-
Yeah, I've got it.
I think
I'm
the
holding
only thing about like gore or horror that really makes me like squinch in my seat is like glass or paper like getting like involved. Otherwise, like I can handle anything.
There is like a surgery scene that goes on.
Ryan must
But
have been
like
freaked out.
instead of
in the
like
organ, I
guts,
think.
it's just like these weird objects coming out, and then like these.
Okay, could you point to
unimaginable features.
the scarometer that
Yeah, the
Niall's holding
scarometer, I've
up?
got
It's like
right
really,
here, just
it
like
looks
somewhere on
pretty
the scarometer.
heavy.
All I can say is there's like a lot of bodily fluids going around.
Keep
Oh,
holding it, Niall.
no problem. I'm a big fan of bodily fluids.
Yeah.
Okay, but could you point like
But like
specifically?
on the scarometer though,
Yeah,
like a
Please.
1 to 10.
yeah. Just keep holding it. Keep holding it, Niall. Please. Don't
Yeah, I
drop
got
it,
it.
please.
It's hard to explain. It's like
Yeah, I bet.
I would put it up pretty
God, you're like
high.
sweating right now.
Okay,
I
so
like
can
I
say
said-
for it as like a piece of horror, it's like I'd say 3 on the down low, but as like
Okay.
a visual disturbing experience, it's kind of
Rose,
like
I think you need to point quick. He's gonna drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
please
Nick,
point-
I'm
no,
not-
no,
I'm
no,
not gonna drop
you
it.
mean
I'm
Nicky
not gonna
levels.
drop it.
but a little bit higher.
What is that like as a number?
On the
Scarometer.
That's
Niall,
7.
Niall. Oh my
No,
god,
I've
oh my god, oh my god.
got it.
Okay,
I've got
okay.
it. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Where is it?
I'm gonna put it on an 8. I'm just gonna
I will-
put it on an 8.
I would put it on like
Okay.
an 8. If you
Okay.
do
Okay,
it-
Nate, you can put it down now. You put it down.
if you make it
Oh
a
my
7,
god,
then it's gonna
Niall!
be-
I'm sorry.
Broke
Okay,
the
look,
freaking
it's
Scarometer.
really.
Why did you drop it like that?
I don't know. I don't understand how it's so heavy and so fragile at the same time. But
There's a lot of fears in the world to document. Nobody understands this in chat.
look, I was
I'm
holding
really
it for
upset
a
about
really
that.
long time, and okay, you know what? I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. I apologized.
It's the worst bit of the
We're
year.
gonna, you're gonna have to get a new one of those. I'm sorry. Like that's not. Well, that wasn't even like company property. That's coming out of our pockets, I think. Right?
Okay.
Can we cover? Do we have cover? Ryan, do we have coverage for the Scarometer? When did we don't?
No, I mean I'm the only one paying for like the coverage in the Cafe Lily cafe.
Oh my god. It's fine, Niall. It's fine. It's just a mistake.
Well, I feel bad, and I don't know.
But
No, it's
yeah,
fine.
I would recommend to anyone who's like very interested in like this kind of like material, just like, this is pretty
Alright.
fucked up, but it's fair.
Recommend it for real
Um,
freak heads, real like
yeah.
scarabs.
And
Real
another thing I
scarabs.
want to talk about.
Another thing?
Yes, I recently finished up a while back. I finished up the Pokemon Scarlet Violet DLC for the
Oh,
first
nice.
part of the Indigo Dix. I really like the little story. It's very small scale, but it's very nice. It's kind of just fascinating to like, just like step into like what's presumably a different region, and you're like meeting up with like some new characters, Carmine and Kieran. Which, oh my god, Kieran, you have so many problems. Carmine, you have like so many funny problems.
Oh, see,
Why are you like this?
like this character? You posted him on Twitter.
Yeah,
Which one?
been seeing that around.
The little boy.
Oh no, that
Kieran?
was Torn.
Oh,
Oh, I
no.
like the boy. He's sweet. He's a sweetheart.
I don't know other
But like, I
names.
kind of like, but I also like
Oh my
Carmine. Carmine.
Carmen?
Mhm.
Carmine? Carmine? Got him in there?
Carmine.
Yeah.
Um, I like Carmine, but like in the aspect of like, you could like write a Yuri thing going on she has with like the trainer,
I mean, of course. I mean,
or that's like my brain. But yeah, it was a nice, sweet little experience. You kind of like going around the little town and like talk to the residents. They tell you about like the little lore in the village about what's basically like the Momotaro legends.
Yeah.
So,
So
it was
did you
just
play
really nice.
both of the halves? Like, did you do Indigo Disc yet?
I only did the first half. I
Oh.
just started the second one,
It's a good time. I
and
liked it.
yeah. And I'm sad to say I missed out on the shiny event for Voltar, which I've been working trying to get.
Oh,
Yeah, those guys like kill themselves, like blow up. No, those
yeah,
guys are
that's a
just
tough
like
one.
And then they
dying
blow
left
up.
and right, dying left and right. Each and go near them, and it's kind of like lowering the population percentage. And like I have no more like Paprikas. But yeah, I can't wait to play more of that and experience the weird Pokemon transfusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
cool.
a fun time.
I forgot to beat Sword and Shield. No, Scarlet and Violet. That's the one.
yeah, you're a generation behind even.
That's a
So-
sentiment I've seen a lot from a lot of my friends. They start Scarlet and Violet, thought it was pretty good, but did not see it through to the end.
Why is that? Is it just too big?
It is a bigger game, and it's a little less straightforward with how you end it. Also, like it's not like you
Right.
have 8 different tasks to do,
Oh my
and then
God.
the final task. You know, it's like it's a lot more open ended, and
I think I
there's a
played
lot
it
of
for like
different things to do.
I played it for like 6 hours and I just kept like catching animals.
Yeah,
I never
Well,
like
yeah.
it's very
progressed.
nice to just be in that open world. So it's like you spend a lot of your time, like, and Pokemon games are not especially long. So like a lot of that time, if it's spent on other things, you're less likely to finish it. So
Sorry, Rosa just posted something.
I also
see
wanted
it.
to- Yeah, Scarlet Violet needs to run a lot better. I wish. I
Yeah,
wish it was
does it, Rosa? Does it need to run better? No,
Maybe it could
I wish it
drive.
would run a optimal because I want to just take a moment and like enjoy like the setting and see it's like, huh, let me just to breathe in the atmosphere and the environment because like I just had a moment where like I just see the Pokemons and they're just looking at me and I kind of just like vibing there and it was like
And then the Pokemon
very
looked
pleasant.
at me.
You know, it was better. It's like a different experience where like I was expecting them to try and kill me like in Legend Arceus, but like no, they're just
Oh
vibing
yeah,
and looking at me.
they don't try to murder you in this one.
Yeah, I like see like the Chimetos like looking at me, like all four of them. Also thinking though, I'll talk to you about the shiny Voltorb later. But yeah, the frame is gonna make it hard to like sit down and enjoy the nature, and I hope you like learn how to handle that
I think it's a
better.
little cinematic. I think it's like makes it a little more cinematic, You know, Lar. It's like an avant-garde, like cinematic kind of choice. Low frame rates.
What are you
kind of
saying?
Steve,
What?
how do you feel
What?
about Polytope? Okay,
Sorry. What?
how do you feel about Polytope with the
You
quick
know I
draw?
don't have an answer for what you're about to say. All right, you already said this.
That's
Okay,
I don't know
true.
what you're talking about.
okay. Here's the context. My brother was me and my brother was hanging over. He's like, "Oh, let's see how your Pokemon does in rank." And like, okay, oh, you have a Polytope. What can we give him? Like, I have a Quick Claw. Okay, we give him a Quick Claw, and we were constantly joking. It's like, oh yeah, Kermit with the Quick Claw is gonna win this match. And after three, we got like 3 losses, but at least 1 win. And then like the Quick Claw like saving us.
Kyle, you know
Wow.
about Pokemon. Can you explain this joke?
Well, you see, the funny thing is that well, because the quick claw and when you put on the quick claw, it makes you well. Sometimes you go first, and it was pretty funny that the Polytoad went first a lot, because it's a chance. It's a chance thing to happen, and the quick
Oh, so
claw.
Polytoad kept like coming out first.
Well, attacking first. You were close, but I appreciate the effort.
Oh. Oh, sorry. I guess I don't.
Yeah, the thing it was looks like it kept coming up for it's more it was like it did not really help at all until it really did, and it was just really funny that it did.
Okay. Okay. And
Yeah, see, Rosa
what do
did
you
a
think
better job
my
than I did.
what do you think my
Was-
input on that would have been? Like, what did you anticipate me saying?
Like I
Did you
want to
think I
see
would
the
yell at
difference
you?
between like I want to see the difference between like someone who would understand the bet like the the metrics of like a Polytoad with like a Quick
I
Claw,
think
and
most
then
people will
like
be like,
someone who
this is
doesn't.
like. I think most people will just be like, this is like cartoon, like nonsense. I don't know. Goodbye.
This
It's
is
like
a
super
joke?
specific.
Question mark. What do
Damn.
you mean?
I think Rosa's telling a story. This happened, right? This is real.
Yeah, yeah. Me and my brother are just hanging out, and then he
Yeah,
was
well,
like,
we heard
"Oh,
it. Yeah. So,
yeah." And he's just
We're
like,
mean
"Let's
today. We've been mean a lot
well, I'm
today.
just,
I just
I'm
want to.
just saying.
I'm
There's
sorry.
no.
We've been mean.
I have no other meaningful interaction in this world to make
In
with
this world?
the tools given. I'm just saying, like, if you throw someone in a room with like a knife and like, I don't know, like a helpless chicken,
Yeah.
you know, what else are they gonna do but slaughter it?
What?
You know what? I agree with Chet. It's a fun anecdote, Rosa. Thanks for sharing. And that's the kind of energy we need moving forward. And I'm
Yeah.
including myself in that.
We become good vibes gaming.
I don't think we can.
We sh-
I don't think we can
should-
get that
no,
far.
we should become.
but-
We could be good vibes animation. You know.
I
Yeah.
love the new SpongeBob season.
So many great bubble bath moments.
So.
Any other things you want to say about Pokemon creatures, Rosa?
Don't even like
Uh,
prompt her. I bet she does.
I love catching them. I hope to do more raid battles to get like ingredients to get better at shiny hunting, and hope I get like the shiny Pokemons I want. I also want a shiny Apom and Ferret, so I could evolve like.
All right, you're on
Well,
like
not really
Santa's
good.
lap right now.
Okay, the
Yeah.
shiny Apom. All right.
No, not Santa's lab. I'm like sitting with Delibird and like I'm just playing to
Ooh.
Delibird.
Okay, the shiny apon.
Is that what Delly
Is that what
said?
Delibird
And it's
sounds
shiny.
like?
He's like a little bird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
And like the
What?
shiny version of your robot form is like, okay, that's kind of fucked up, but all right.
Oh, the robot Delibird would be like, what can I get you for Christmas?
Wesley.
Wesley.
Who's
Hey,
talking next?
Cheap, did you watch your play anything this week?
Yeah, I did. Couple things. Should I talk about the Gremlins cartoon, or should I talk about Madam Web?
It's your time.
I think
I just don't know.
I think the audience probably wants Madam Web more. Let's be
They
real.
really want Madam Web.
I mean, I don't know what to say. We kind of talked about Madam Web last week. None of us had seen the movie, but I think we kind of said a lot of of what was needed for us to say, right?
Did you see it though?
I did watch it last night. I actually went to the theater to see it.
I want to hear your opinion on it now.
I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, where do you really begin with something like this? I mean, I don't know. There's just a lot that went on. I had a fun time. I watched it with a friend that I hadn't seen in like 5 years, and this was our like rekindling experience.
I'm glad the friendship continued after it.
Yeah, no. I think she just coincidentally wanted to see it. So, it just happened. It
I'm
just
glad.
worked out.
No, I'm glad
The web found a way to bring us together again.
I'm glad you had a friend who wanted to see it. Lou didn't want to see it.
Are you serious?
She didn't want to jump into the Sonyverse with me.
She seriously just like you asked, and she was like, "No, I don't want to spend this. I don't want to like share this experience with you."
We were going to like see another movie, and I suggested we see into the Madam Web, jump into the Sonyverse, #Sonyverse. She wasn't interested,
and that's
Oh.
fine. That's a reasonable response.
Yeah.
Rosa.
What were you seeing instead?
Rosa, can you jump into the Sonyverse with me?
No.
That's kind of
No, I'm
that's
sorry.
like top 10
I'm sorry, I was-
yikes, like secondhand embarrassing moments.
No,
Yeah.
I was just trying
Oh.
to comprehend why did like my laptop like opened up the Birdo picture 500 times.
It's because
Go
Berto wants to jump into the Sonyverse with us.
Oh, I mean,
Uh,
she has a car vehicle, so I guess I'll go.
Oh my god, a new challenger enters.
Hello?
This is not gonna go well.
I didn't want to see Madam Web because I don't want to spend money on shit. I could pirate it.
Whoa!
See, that makes sense. See, you guys didn't think this was going to be a Lou episode, but it is.
I mean, it ends up being a Lou episode regardless.
But Abe, we gotta see this movie.
No, we were
No way,
going.
Gandhi.
We went to go see a delightful film, and the whole time, I'm not even kidding, the entire time we arrived at the theater, I drove into my parking lot, and Ryan saw some people and went, "Oh, I bet they're going to Madam Web. We should go jump into the Sonyverse with them, right, Lou?" And I was like, "No, I don't want to do that." Walking up to get our tickets, "Oh, we should totally just watch Madam Web. We could jump into the Sonyverse, right?" And I'm like, "No, let's go watch the movie. We are
Ryan,
standing
this
in
is
line for
embarrassing.
popcorn. Let's jump into the Sonyverse. Come on, it's Sonyverse time. Let's go do that. Why don't we go see Madam Web, Sonyverse?" And I'm like, "Fuck, can I watch this goddamn movie?" Sitting, watching the trailers. Oh, we should be watching the Sonyverse right now.
She said the Sonyverse like that?
Yes!
When was this?
This was like, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
A week ago?
You remember this conversation, Ryan, enough to like repeat what's wrong with you? I'm not on your side anymore.
Right, see if I
This
like
is
the
like
kind of
weird.
bit Ryan would like bring up every once in a while.
Like, what is the Sonyverse? What the hell are you talking about?
We're entering it.
No, we're not.
Well,
I'm going to
on
bed.
Ryan's behalf, this would include Morbius. This would include.
Now,
I mean, technically not
Craven the
even.
Hunter.
Now, Chat, I need you to understand. Brian would say I am the most incomprehensible person ever, and then Brian does like repeats the same bit for the next month.
No, okay.
I feel like
And then does it again
can-
like 2 months later.
I can comprehend what Ryan's doing. It's just like it's just pathetic, kind of. Is the thing.
Mean.
It's just kind of sad. Like I don't know. I thought it was like you offered it to a friend and you were coldly rejected. That's how you brought it up to make yourself look
Yeah.
better on like
You
the
know,
Reddit
sometimes we
posts.
throw stones and then Lou enters the Discord call. You can't really be ready for it.
Right.
See, though, would you enter the Sonyverse after seeing the movie?
I mean, how many movies have they done in this unit? They've
I
had
don't know.
the 2 Venom. You don't even know. So like, what's wrong with you? I've seen the 2 Venoms. I still have not seen Morbius, but I did see this one. Yeah,
The
I don't know.
Sonyverse is forming as we speak.
I mean, I don't know what to say about it.
We could have been
really.
talking about
I
the
had-
Gremlins cartoon. We made the wrong
Yeah,
choice, didn't we?
you dug your graves here. Sorry. I mean, I don't know. It's the sort of thing. It's kind of hard to just be the one person who's seen Madam Web to like
Yeah.
try and like describe it to someone else. I mean, it would be like describing a dream I had. There was that one post where it was like, have you seen the thing? If anyone here can find this, where it was like, oh, it's like the Madam Web quiz, and they listed like 5 things, and they're like, oh, which of these, like one of these didn't actually happen in the movie. Which one is it? Have you seen that image at all?
No.
No. I have not heard
Oh
about
man,
this.
I wish I could find that right now. Because it was really funny. It listed a bunch of things. It was like, one of them was like, oh, the villain of this movie gets killed by a Pepsi sponsorship, like product placement. One of them was like, the superhero suits seen in the trailers are only shown in dream sequences. Just like ridiculous, crazy stuff like that.
And was this official marketing?
No, this was like something. This was kind of like an engagement meme someone else made. There is a
Oh, I
lot of
see.
official marketing
Okay.
for it though. Mush is retrieving this image, hopefully. So I guess keep your eye out on the Discord if that ever gets posted.
Sure.
So we could probably, I'll let you look at that image. I think it's a good companion to this movie because this movie does have a lot of
Oh, I'll
a lot of stuff happens in this. Are you getting the picture?
it's being posted in the Discord. Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
I'll post this in our chat first and then put it on screen.
Okay. This was also my first Dakota Johnson movie, and she is so like weird in this. She has a very like,
very interesting kind of persona she has.
yeah. Oh my god. Okay, all of these, here it is. All of these events happen in Madam Web except one. Can you guess which is the lie? So there's Madam Web is born in a cave in Peru with the help of magic spider people.
Damn.
Okay. The 3 spider women never get powers and are only seen in costumes during dream sequences. Evil Spider-Man is killed by a large Pepsi sign.
Evil Spider-Man?
There's no way.
Yeah, there's the villain of this movie is an evil spider. It's basically a guy in an evil Spider-Man costume. Peter Parker hasn't been born yet. It's just someone who happens.
When I
to,
hear
like,
Evil Spider-Man,
Evil
I
Spider-Man.
just think of that Donkey Fortnite video where like the kid over voice shot is like, "Evil Spider-Man is black." He's talking about.
Oh my god.
He's talking about Venom.
Oh my god.
There's Madam Web becomes wanted for kidnapping by the NYPD.
Okay.
Madam Web runs down Evil Spider-Man in her car twice.
Evil Spider-Man.
Peter Parker is born but not named. And Madam Web inexplicably splits into 3 ghost-like copies of herself near the end of the movie.
And one of
feel
these
like-
didn't happen?
That's the game
Okay.
that we're playing here. One of these did not happen.
Okay.
Can I
Let
take
me
a
try
guess?
and guess.
Yeah, Rosa, what's your guess?
we can each guess.
Madam Web becomes a wanted criminal, wanted for
For
kidnapping.
kidnapping. Okay.
Because
sure.
that is like the most normal thing to happen in this list.
It almost feels
Right.
like tame compared to everything else.
Right.
But that's also like, you could think of it like, you know, what if it's so tame that you wouldn't even like think to make that up, right?
Right.
The problem is, with all the tweets I've seen this movie, I know some of these things actually happen.
Okay, so you don't want to narrow it down.
Yeah,
for
I
a
don't
while.
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay,
Okay.
so are we not spoiling Madam Web here on the
No,
podcast?
No. For you specific. Give your guess.
Yeah, because I want you to
which one do
guess
you think is wrong?
organically.
Yeah.
I would guess there is actually no way that Peter Parker is born but not named. There is
Okay.
no way in this movie that
you don't
they
think-
put Peter Parker in and they just don't say that it's Peter Parker.
Okay.
Because I don't even know
So
how they
Ryan-
would do that.
Ryan, you don't want to just guess at all? Anything?
My best guess is the NYPD one. That just seems like the guess to me.
Okay. Now, before I saw this movie, I saw this image. I feel like a lot of these seem pretty plausible. Like, it's all very weird.
I just realized the
things
punchline
to
of this
make up.
image. This punchline of this image in the
yeah,
bottom right.
look at the bottom right of the image right now.
What? Are you kidding me?
This is dead serious.
We've spent this whole time and they're all real?
They're all real. It's true. All of
I could kill you. I would turn you into particles right now if I could.
It's the best part, though. It is. I mean,
Oh my
it's all. This is all.
It's been
The
on there the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm so angry.
I love this because after having seen this movie, like, it's all just, the like evil Spider-Man gets killed by a large Pepsi sign. The great thing about that is, so Madam Web, her power is she has like visions of the future. Yeah. So sometimes you can see her like brain blasting to events that have yet to transpire, and that is one of the things. The Pepsi sign, the S on the Pepsi sign, crashing into evil Spider-Man is
I
foreshadowed.
can't believe this.
Okay, I need to know, does he have a real name or is he just evil Spider-Man?
His name is Ezekiel Sims. And half of his lines are like overdubbed ADR where he's talking in like I swear most of his lines are like, track those girls down. Find them. And that voice I'm doing is like legitimately how he sounds. He's like doing like a weird like evil voice. And it's very clearly overdubbed. There's so many scenes where he's like talking, but he's off screen, or you just see the back of his head, and you can kind of see his mouth, and you can clearly see that he's not saying any of those words. I don't know what happened in like post-production, but a lot of stuff evidently got shifted around there.
Movie might be awesome, actually. Hold on.
The way this movie ends is like, when I walked out of the theater with my friend, I was kind of like, is she gonna like go to jail? Because she does legitimately.
Is that allowed?
She does legitimately kidnap these girls, and it's like it's justified in the narrative by like the girls are all like, they all coincidentally like don't have a family life, like there are these like teenage girls, and they're like, oh my dad was deported, and I don't want like the police to find out, and then another one's like, my parents don't love me. They're in China right now.
Okay.
But I'm being taken care of by a caregiver, which to me is like, I mean, you still have like a legal guardian. You can't just like take her away.
Unbelievable. And you saw this?
I watched this. It's 2 hours long. I watched it.
Well, I bet you all regret not entering the Sonyverse with me now.
Yeah. I think a crazy one is the 3 Spider-Women never get powers and are only seen in costumes in dream sequences.
That is really awful.
Well, this
for
is
how
a
they
more
marketed it.
This is a more grounded superhero movie. This is what they say
in the
marketing
ground, more
document.
like.
It's a very grounded. It's not like any other superhero movie you've seen. But yeah, I think like the director of the movie said like she didn't want to detract from Madam Web's origin too much. So, all the like the Spider Women are like actual comic characters. But she didn't want their origins to like overshadow, the main event of Madam Web. So
Which
I
is
think
Madam
that's
Web herself.
right. That is a little forward thinking for when this branches off into like a Spider Women franchise.
Right.
When that happens.
When that happens, yeah.
When that happens, yeah.
Yeah, that's
when it
that's
happens, it's gonna be nuts.
When
that's
it
what I
happens.
watched.
When
It was
happens, it's gonna be nuts.
it was honestly
What are you
pretty.
doing, Rosa? Like, what is this voice you're doing?
This is just
New
me
Rosa
saying it's
voice.
gonna be nuts when Madam Web goes nuts. When it gets a sequel, it's gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be
Hell yeah.
nuts.
It's gonna be
Oh,
nuts,
yeah.
dude. It's gonna be crazy.
I think so much about this movie is really funny. Like I think it really does hit the ground running. Like the movie starts, of course, with Madam Web's mother in the Amazon researching spiders.
Before she
Um,
died.
Yes,
Yeah,
before she
it
died.
was nuts when she died.
And the acting is so funny. It's like and like she's supposed to be like exploring the Amazon, but you only see her standing in one spot in front of the spider web that's in the trailer. And then when Madam Web goes to the Amazon later, she stands in the same spot. There's just so many little fun things. It's a great time. Get some friends.
Yeah, get some friends. Go nuts.
What is this?
Yeah,
bit?
Mario, get some friends.
This is the Mario thingy too.
This bit, this nuts bit.
I think you're nuts.
Dude, it'll be
Yeah, I
nuts.
think you're nuts. It's gonna be nuts. Enjoy your movies
Dude.
with friends. Like, oh my god, enjoy.
And I also watched the Gremlins cartoon, which is pretty cute. It was fun. It was neat. I kind of would like them to make more. I don't know though. I don't know if that's happening, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right.
That's all I did last week.
Niall, did you watch or play anything?
I sure did.
That's nuts.
So we should just end it there.
Yeah, bye everyone. Thanks for watching. It's been 2
thanks
hours.
for watching.
I need to eat
No,
popcorn a bit.
So, as a lot of you may know, within the past couple days, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth released.
What?
It's a big game. Everybody's really excited about Rebirth. Everybody is pregnant with joy for Rebirth.
I don't know why you worded it like that, but
well, it's the truth. But here's the thing about that is that everybody who is excited about this game and would want to hear my thoughts about it or be interested in any sort of insight I could give doesn't want to know anything else about it that they haven't experienced for themselves playing it. Oh, and or is tired of all of their favorite like content creators talking about this one game that they don't want to hear anything more about. So I'm not going to be talking about Rebirth because I would imagine that the people here who would be interested to hear about it are probably even playing it right now while they're listening.
Okay.
Okay.
But here's what I am going to talk about, and it is related. And I apologize that you're going to be getting both a Pokemon rant and a Final Fantasy rant in the same podcast episode, but that's just what you get.
Uh,
I will keep it brief, and I promise that there's an angle here. I have this weird thought about this movie that I saw called Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a movie that came out in 2005. It's an animated movie based off of the original Final Fantasy VII game. It's a kind of a sequel story to that. It takes place a couple years in the future. It was released in theaters again. I went and saw it. It is the second time I'd seen it, but I had this moment when I watched it that didn't really occur to me until I started playing Rebirth, which the first thing you need to know is that the only reason the remake project happened was because Advent Children was such a big success when it released, and they had all of this great critical response to it. They basically took that DNA from Advent Children and put it into the development process for Remake and Rebirth. But that's not necessarily what I want to talk about.
Okay.
The thing about the movie is there's this part of the plot where there's these bunch of guys who are connected to Sephiroth, this bad guy who died a while back in the original game.
The bad guy.
Yeah, everybody knows Sephiroth, and everybody's a big fan of Sephiroth, especially these guys. And they want to bring him back. And to do that, they have to amass people to their cause, and they have to take part of what made Sephiroth before to like bring him back through this kind of Frankenstein way. And they managed to do it. And Sephiroth has this whole speech during his fight where he's like, "I will never be a memory. And I will never be gone forever." And it had me thinking about like remake culture and how that relates to that movie.
Mhm.
Because if you think about it, that's kind of what happened and why remake happened is a bunch of people were fans of this original thing and didn't want to see it become a memory. So they took part of what made the original good and turned it into remake and kind of like reenacted the movie to make Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I don't really have a major point regarding this beyond that. It just I kept thinking about that. And it's I know the movie isn't saying anything about that sort of culture. It's just what I got out of it because I was trying to juice. It's not a fantastic
Juice.
movie. I was trying to get the good juice out of it. And I don't know. I've been thinking about that lately. Like that's the kind of that's what entertainment capitalism has become, is that like we keep just taking bits of the old and remaking it into the new because that's what the people want. The people can't let the past die. It's exactly like Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Just like
It's
it.
like, it's
that is such a fascinating, like, I don't know, string of just thought to be taken.
I don't know.
down
It just
just from
it made
watching
me
this.
think about it. Like it's
Yeah.
because it's also a very big mirror of current society. In other ways, it's a pandemic story. It's
Uh-oh.
the planet is also dying in the movie, and it's
Uh-oh.
kind of dying in real life. And I don't know. It just made me think a little bit. And I don't really have much to say besides that. It's
Yeah, I mean-
it's a interesting little movie, and it made me think about
This is interesting.
why, because I also played a bunch of remakes this month. Like I played Persona 3 Reload and I played Crisis Core Reunion. And I've been playing so many remakes, and so many remakes are getting announced that I'm just constantly thinking about like how much power the people have over like art creation, like fans have over art creation, how that's kind of scary. Because like demand is like creating art instead of like art being made to make new things. I don't know. It's
No,
a
I get what you
strange
mean.
time. Anyway, I have all these different like eventually I could make this into like a plausible like essay, but I don't have that yet. I have all these different like scrap notes on my board, and there's some sort of connection here where I could make a cohesive thought, and I don't have it yet. But I just had to bring
Hey,
that up
everyone-
because it was the most
everyone
interesting
watching
thing I
right
could
now.
bring today. Was
Everyone
that
watching right now
connection?
is getting like a special sneak preview of your.
Yeah.
Oh
your
my
novel.
God.
I'm no essay writer.
Oh my sing song sing.
I'm glad you like brought the intelligence meter down a few notches after that.
What? Stupid.
No, I'm just saying what you just said just now was stupid.
Oh my sing song sing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a cute fun thing to say. I don't know.
It is, but like, you know, puppies.
Yeah,
are
and what I
cute
said
and
isn't
fun.
really like funny for our funny podcast. It's just
No, I
you
know.
it's
That
just
is interesting.
that
It
is
does-
what I can bring. That's interesting.
It does connect with, you know, some of what we've been talking about. Like, no, that is just an interesting trail. I guess I don't have much in particular to add on because I mean it's your brain. I just want to.
Right.
I would read more about this. What you have to say, because you have, I mean, you do have like something of like a close perspective to this sort of thing. I mean,
That's true.
you've worked on video games, and, you know.
Your life is kind of like one.
My life is like a video game. I'm really trying hard to beat the stage, and all while I'm still collecting coins.
All right. Do you want a few Discord questions before we tune in for the night?
Yeah, let's do it.
Like one
First, Niall.
Yeah. Yes,
Do
President?
Aerith and Tifa kiss?
I can't confirm or deny.
I'm under NDA. Cannot confirm or deny. This is a question from Angler. My question: the Megamind Netflix thing got me thinking. What animated movie would you like to see get a show adaptation? Hard mode. No Finding Nemo Legends of Awesomeness.
Oh, that does make it harder. They
Walk
weren't
me
kidding.
through.
What was the
Okay, so
question
let me
again?
find where the questions are at because I need to think about this deeper.
It is typically if any animated movie got a show adaptation, what would you like? No Finding Nemo Legends of Awesomeness. specified.
Right.
That's super specific.
So I know
Uh,
Niall, it might be tricky. But...
Well, I don't know. I've got a lot of. I mean,
I think The Incredibles would be a good thing to make a TV show that is like awful and like makes everyone mad.
well, but like The Incredibles feels like something in theory that would be perfect for that. Like I almost feel like Incredibles 2 should have been a small series because it's just it's already like you have all these different classic superhero media where it's like here's the guy we're fighting this week.
But I also what Steve is talking about, just like the Incredibles TV show where like they're always in a big empty city for like half the episodes, and like there's like the NPCs in the background who don't do anything ever.
Right. I think it that would like bring down, I guess, some of the intellectualism, some of the depth, you know, just make it like a villain of the week kind of
Right,
thing.
I get what you mean completely.
Yeah, but I also think it would like be successful if they made that.
Like 8 seasons of it somehow, and you're like, what?
What do you guys think about Bug's Life?
Just a bug.
Hello, bud. Without any evidence. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, does it?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait. I want to. I think there should be like an ants series. Ants, you know.
Now, why do you think that?
Because I feel like there's like it could come back, and for some reason, someone decided it's like, yeah, sure, do whatever you want with it, and it's kind of just like has like it's for some reason some like mature thriller, or like something in the vein of like what was it? No, it wasn't called Prey.
Ants.
Primal?
No. Primal, yes, you get me.
Are you equating
Like-
Gendy Tartakovsky's Primal with the DreamWorks movie Ants right now? Is that what this is?
No, I'm just saying they just make it into that kind of vibe because like you get that one segment where like the ants are like at war, and then the next morning you just see like
I don't know why
his
I'm
head
like
on the ground.
I don't know
Head
why
on
I'm
the
trying to
ground?
like
Yeah, because like remember there is like the moment where like this guy's like looking around and then he just sees like one of his like comrades like on the ground like with his head.
Is anyone is anyone like trying to grapple with the fact that like Rosa's the one who's like seen ants and is like talking about stuff that has happened in ants?
You
Why
find
is
that
that-
surprising?
I don't know. I do. I don't know why. Why is that like?
Who the
why
hell
am I
else
sitting
is
here
gonna
like?
do it? I'm not going to do it.
Why am I sitting here like? Why is Rosa like seen ants enough to like know all this stuff about
Well,
ants?
Rose is a multifaceted person. She's probably seen ants a few times.
But she never watches any of the like terrible baby movies we like try to put on this show. She never does.
Listen, you asked me when I'm in my like 20s, late 20s.
Yeah.
And this is something I watched when I was like dumb baby Goo Goo Gaga.
When's the last time you've seen ants?
When I was like dumb baby Goo Goo Gaga.
Don't believe
I don't
her.
know,
She
when there was,
watches
like-
it. She watches it every day.
No,
serious?
I watch Mike and Melissa every day. I know. The last time I saw it was like I don't know when like tape, VCR tapes are like relevant.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably my answer too.
This is like giving me time to think, and I haven't been using it.
Yeah, please, Niall. Like get with the format.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
One of you two go after this.
I was so fixated on ants, I wasn't even thinking of my answer.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, how many animated movies are there? Can we like
There's a
pull
few
the
of them.
list of every animated movie?
Can I get all of them ever?
Actually, you know what I want? I want, and it doesn't even have to be long. I just want more Wall-E.
Okay.
Just like little shorts, little Wall-E shorts.
That would be inspired.
I don't
can
think
see
that you
happening.
can't go wrong with that. I think nothing you
Yeah.
could do there would be tremendously bad.
And you could have Mo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mo, Eve,
this
the whole
isn't
gang.
this isn't my desire. It's more something I feel objective about. I think Disney missed the boat on making a Frozen show in the vein of their Tangled one. I think
Oh,
I think they missed like $1 million idea with that one.
Well, I
not
think
doing it.
Frozen is just so sacred. You know, they can't desecrate their
It's like great.
$1 million
Desecrate.
franchise.
I wonder if it's why they didn't do it. I just feel like I feel like the Tangled show is like so like juicy and saucy and fruity and all that. I think
No, you're right, but it just caught me off guard.
I didn't know what to. I was just saying words there, but like, I feel like
No, it's true.
feel like if you made it something like that for Frozen, it would have been really popular at the time. But I think they've missed the boat. I think if it happened now, I don't think the audience would be there.
Uh-huh. Oh, what if they made a TV series? Speaking of Disney, what if they made like a TV series for Moana? Would you watch that?
Who I kind of prefer they put it in theaters. I hope they do.
Really?
They made one.
Like you're saying, like adapt. So if they were making like a Disney Plus Moana, you'd rather it like be adapted into like a theatrical.
This is
Yeah.
just like for the people who watched the last episode. That's the people you're adhering to.
we can appeal to legacy here. Come on,
I
a
think,
little bit.
I think they should make a movie based off. They should make a show based off the SpongeBob movie.
Are there any
Oh,
newcomers
yeah,
who have
really.
stayed like to the 2 hour and like 40-minute mark?
I would be interested for that data also.
Yeah, if you're a newcomer, at any point, at any point in time, chronologically, just like leave a comment. If it's like 10 years from now and you're just now watching this,
I'm like trying to think
leave
of
a comment.
animated movies that aren't boring Disney Pixar answers. That's like all we've done.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I mean-
can't think of one that I
Huh.
would like legitimately be like, oh, this should be like a TV show.
So
I'm-
my aunt's comment.
I guess you
isn't
won.
so bad after
I
all.
guess you won
Yeah.
with your aunt's comment.
Yeah, you won
I mean, I
the
wasn't-
segment.
I wasn't trying to diss you. I was just saying I was surprised that like that was your act. Like it seemed like a genuine answer from you. And I was like, where's this coming from? I've never heard you talk about ants in this way.
They should they should have made a nut job like Nickelodeon show that lasts one season and has like horrible
Oh my
CGI, like 2 cents.
Terrible. Awful option.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
I hope Lou's in the call for this next one. I mean, call the chat. They should make a show with the 3 Caballeros, and they're like warriors, and
Oh my god.
it's 2D animated, beautiful.
They should do that.
Hear the legends of the caballeros. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, thanks.
Just looking at animated movies right now to see if there's like one. Like, oh, this needs
Just
to be
every
a
single
show.
one.
I checked up animated movies. I'm just looking at images on Google. Like, all of them are just like, yeah, I think this is fine just being a movie.
Could you see a Toy Story show being anything?
I don't even
They have
know.
a lot to work with there. And that's why they've done so many like little shorts with Toy Stories that you can like just keep
That's what I was kinda
creating
thinking
toys
about.
for narrative, you know.
Because I think about like Toy
mean-
Story 4, and that's a movie I didn't like. I wouldn't say I disliked that movie, but it was also kind of
No, I
like
thought it was all right.
It is a weird follow-up to what is like viewed as a complete trilogy.
I almost don't. It's weird. I don't like Toy Story 4, but I don't mind what it's going for. Is kind of where I stand on it.
Right.
I
So I
don't.
almost wonder if like a different format would people have been kinder to it? I
I
don't know if it wasn't
maybe
like the
also, like,
fourth.
execution.
I think branding that movie as Toy Story 4 was kind of its biggest mistake. 'Cause I don't even mind the idea that like he doesn't go along with like what his original goal in life was, that he's changed. I think that's a fine thing for them to do. I just don't think the movie centered around it is very good. That's a whole other topic. That's like a different topic entirely from this one. What about the Simpsons movie? What did they make a show based off that?
Oh my god, yeah.
pretty funny.
Life in the Dome.
It should be on for like 30 years.
Seasons in a movie?
I mean, people are pointing out there are like the series of shorts. There's also the Buzz Lightyear show. Whoa, what if they made a TV series based on Lightyear?
With all my favorite character?
Yeah, there's
Man.
Buzz, Socks.
There's no way you even knew the cat's name.
What?
That was pretty
Well,
impressive.
That was impressive.
What,
You
that's
do
not that
What if you're, like,
impressive.
a
That's
lot
like the
more-
one character that they marketed because that was the only like
I
interesting.
guess, but the name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that'd
like a
be-
pretty basic cat name to remember too.
You know, it'd be really neat.
what?
What do they
It
need?
was like in 2D. You know, it was in 2D.
A
Be
2D
pretty
Buzz
nuts.
Lightyear animated
Yeah, that'd be
series.
kind of
you're saying?
nuts.
With all our favorite
Okay.
character?
Yeah, and, well, maybe they have some different ones. You know, like one of them can like phase through walls.
Wait.
The other is like a fruity robot. And
Oh
then,
my
like
God.
one is
Walls
like a really
disappear
big
and
red
fly.
guy who can fly. yeah, he was like a janitor, but now he's like really cool and it's like part of the team. He's
Oh
like
my
part of the
god.
team. That'd be like really, really nuts. And then like Buzz Lightyear, old lover, like betrayed him.
Old lover?
Yeah, his old lover betrayed him.
That what actually happens in that show?
You're such a romantic, Rosa. You're like so fixated on like dramatic romances.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's true.
like, I mean, see, like, look at that cafe in the theater.
Oh
Oh yeah,
yeah.
over there. I see it. You can point at it from the boat.
Yeah, like you see, look, you see the other me like waving.
Other me?
Don't worry about that.
You've invented some lore just now.
Other
for-
people have
Yeah,
clones.
I once no, actually, those aren't clones, but like, my homunculi.
they're
the-
no, they're like Madam Web like
no,
projections.
no, they're my like little homunculi tinities.
Oh,
They're they're following me around till the day I die, and where one will take my place and experience a new life.
Whatever.
I like the idea that like your entire Cafe Lily set is like in the theater, like the grass outside too. It's just like a room in the theater, like a whole thing.
Yeah, surprisingly, there's like really good sunlight in that room.
All right, I got my answer. I got my 2 final answers. You're all gonna love this and clap. All right,
okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Playmobil movie, the TV show. I mean,
Okay.
the possibilities are endless. And
That's nice, Carl.
2008's Delago.
Oh my god.
Fair enough.
Niall, do you remember that?
Delago?
Is that what it was called?
Oh,
Was
I
it
don't know.
Delgo?
It's Delgo, I guess.
I
Did you
recall
just add a
Delgo.
syllable?
I don't care.
You need to read more carefully.
You
We've
didn't-
answered
like-
this question. We should move on to the next
You
question.
didn't respect the authenticity of Delgo.
Is this Matthew Buck this film what is his name? Whatever.
I don't even know who you're talking about. All right, let's do one
Mr.
more.
Critic, that guy.
Mr. Critic.
Jeez, Delgo just like jump scared me.
It is like not a sight for weary eyes.
From I.C, can Niall talk about the next multiverses character? He can't. Next question. Here's one from B Curvy. What's a Nintendo property you want to see in the Nintendo theme park at Universal?
What does Nintendo even own? They're like kind of washed these days.
I just feel like anything I would say for this is something like someone's already brought up. Like, of course, you would do like an F-Zero roller coaster, right? Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna bring much to this conversation, but I will try.
They already did Mario. I don't give a shit. It's not true. I give it.
You got your like toys.
Yeah, they got Mario and Donkey Kong right at the start. I mean, I got all my baby toys right at the start. But I think beyond them, I mean, it's very heavily rumored we're getting Pokemon and Zelda, so I don't even think it's worth answering those.
Yeah.
I'm of the belief. Maybe this isn't like the thing I would want the single most, but I think it would be like a cool idea. People would like it. Is like not like a specific like whole big land with like rides. But like a small, very themed Animal Crossing area would be cool. Like a little town you can walk around and like there's like a really like it's just kind of like a little immersive like setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would work for a lot of folks.
Yeah.
But you guys,
Me, first thing first, can you like shrink Dalgo? I hate his face.
Yeah, this is getting a little
make it
He looked
bigger.
like he called me a slur.
You got it.
No,
Delco
shrink
will
him.
get
Oh,
even
no.
he
bigger.
called me a slur.
Hey guys,
Don't say that.
hey
I'm not
Delco.
allowed on Delco.
Just shrink Delco now. I go on, Rosa.
So I would like a Splatoon section. Maybe see like the Squid Surfer off the hook and like
The freaking big man walk around costume will go crazy hard.
oh, absolutely.
What do you have in mind for it, Rosa? Like, are there any specific rides, or is it just like an immersive, just region?
I would like. I mean, it'll be nice if they have like a little paintball area, but like there's like some ethics there, and they might have to use like lasers tag instead.
Right.
But like also like a
I'm
bit of, like
imagining-
a walk around in Gotham Square or like a version that represent all three of the
Oh, you know what they can do? They can do like the Nick water park at like the hotel, and then like like you know how they tinted the water green there sometimes. They can like
Yeah.
tint like the water blue. It's like it's watery ink.
That's what I was thinking, like some kind of like river ride where you're supposed to like squirt the opponents
Oh,
with like
that, yes.
colored water. Hey, that could be
Another.
something.
I also like see Octopus. I also like to see like a section where like you get to see like again three of the different bands like performing, maybe like holograms or whatever. But
Oh,
like
that would be
it'll be
insane.
nice to do like we're actually there and I get a kiss from Marie, Pearl, and then like Fry and Shiver.
They have all like the animations made, like like those like live shows they do. They can just reuse those, like have them play in the parks
Right.
certain times.
Right,
Yeah.
that'd be really good.
All right.
I'm surprised,
Good
Rosa,
idea.
you didn't answer Star Fox and say something about like Wolf's Butch Girl cock or something.
Well, now
Oh.
she's going to.
I wasn't like really thinking about Star Fox. I was just thinking about the
I
semantics. of,
was
like,
I
the
was
amusement park.
I was expecting you because that's what you go to usually.
Oh, Star Fox.
That's what usually.
I like the thing is, I was just thinking about like, what can you get out of Star Fox experience? Like, you know what? I would think like our Wing Simulator would be really cool in the Star Fox session, like a meet and greet with like the Star Fox characters, because like the costumes would be amazing.
Oh, but what about the
that would
Slippy's
be
Big
really-
Day? What about the Slippy's Big Day attraction? Like you can be part of it.
We're like too late into the show to even.
Yeah, like a lot of workers Slippy's Big Day. You know, I'm sorry, Slippy. But next time, like, okay, I'll can I have my
He's
my
in
cheese
the-
slice? Well, yeah, sure, whatever. Here
Slippy's
goes
here?
Slippy in the coffin.
My Slippy is
Listen,
here.
listen. We've been sitting on this plans for a while, so don't worry about it. But yeah, Star Fox is gonna be really cool. And our Wing Simulator will be amazing.
See, I just gotta
What?
know.
And like, yeah. Wolf of Goblin Fudge Girl Cock. Yeah, I'll write that all night. Okay, go on.
I just gotta know.
Oh, you just gotta know what I
is-
could possibly say to this question.
What question? How would Paintra CP of YouTube animation fame? How would he answer the question? What Nintendo property would you like a theme park of? I just gotta know what it would be.
Is Crash Nintendo?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see it. Yeah.
Okay. I play them on my Switch. We could have like a Wumpa World. You know, and you can pick the fruit. Maybe you could like have a crate smashing room. And you get to like
The parents like give their kid the crowbar, just go nuts.
yeah. Make sure you wear your protective Crash Land
like
goggles.
an angry room, like those places people go to just to
Yeah, but with,
destroy
like, crates.
things.
It's like crates and like there's like Wumpa fruit mangoes that are inside. You know? You get to keep the mangoes.
There you go.
They keep it.
I can destroy you.
No, I think it would be I've definitely said this. It would be a neat opportunity to like. I think this would be the chance to put a Kirby Cafe in the United States, like bring it internationally. I think that would be. Yeah, I think that would be good to see. I mean, they already have like all the themed recipes and stuff. They can just kind of. It would be nice to be able to see that kind of like the decor that they have for that.
Yeah.
Constructed.
Universal just kind of puts cafes and stuff up even outside the parks. There's like a Mario cafe they have that isn't even in the Mario location, so they could do that pretty easily.
Yeah,
I
I'd like
hope
to
they
see that
have-
at some point.
I hope they have like the plushes they put to sit with you if you sit alone.
Yeah, of course. They have to go the whole 10 yards.
They have the plushes, and if you like pay deluxe, like they bring the Chef Kawasaki mascot costume out to sit with you.
And he does like the what is it called? Hibachi, like he cooks in front of you.
Like you can see the suit burning up as he does it.
There's not enough money in the world for whoever would have to do that. And that like low mobility, low visibility costume.
and the spatula is just taped to like the hand on the costume.
He's trying to take off the costume because it's on fire. like the spatulas are in the way.
I like this death trap we just made.
Yeah, that's a great like Simpsons theme park bit.
What about you, Niall? You're the last one. Answer.
Yeah, you're the last.
I mean, I don't know.
You just say
I mean,
arms
look,
land.
I would love ARMS anything, but that's not going to happen.
Okay.
No, but you go the Spring
You
Man
can
roller
dream. A
coaster.
man can dream.
Those designs are so like colorful, and you could see them in like little ceramic statues everywhere. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, but
No,
now
nothing's going to happen.
the Spring Man
Ar-
roller coaster.
You know, I
his
had
arm.
a thought
Like his
at
arm.
one point that like the next time I would be on the show, it would be to talk about ARMS too. I had that thought, and it's never going to
did?
happen now.
Oh man.
It's just not. I've given up hope.
Oh.
No,
Do
but
you
Oh,
think
well.
that could be a game that we could just randomly see Nintendo just do like just some like years and years down the line, just do something completely random with? It's like, oh, I guess they have like they could have been doing this. I guess.
Arms Amiibo Festival.
I'd
yeah,
play it. I'd buy it.
They can make Arms Schlock and you will sit
Chat,
down
thank you
at
for
the
being in
table.
my corner about ARMS. I was really worried I was going to get destroyed.
No,
No,
I
we could
love
have, like-
no, I like the arms characters. That's why like my main is men. So like, yeah.
I think we would have like a Spring Man like Spring World, and it's like a little playground with like
Yeah, I mean, like
The little,
obviously
like,
you're not
things
going to
you
be
can
able to
bounce on.
like punch people with like big spring fists, but you could have like a carnival game where it's like you get the hands into like the two arms and you can like punch, like you know when you get arms in the game, you guys
yeah,
are gonna
yeah,
know this.
yeah.
But
Oh,
that's how
you
you
could,
unlock
like,
arms
tell
is you
you,
hit little
like-
targets. It could be like a carnival game anyway.
Oh my god,
That's
they could,
my
like,
answer.
still like mask based on like the characters.
Yeah. That'd be
It's
cool.
not
I don't
such a
know, they
bad
could do
idea,
something.
Niall. You should bring that up to like Miyamoto and stuff.
Tell your mom or something.
The Ian Flynn Arms graphic novel is coming any day now. Oh, I'm sorry I opened that wound just now.
Yeah, I do own that little teaser for the ARMS comic, and
Oh,
it is unfortunate that we basically got nothing from that. But
emphasis on
that's unrelated
tease.
to the question. Anyway, that's my answer.
Okay.
I just thinking of that stupid Crash Land. Well, here we are, just under the 3-hour mark. We can make it for then. Is there any like Niall, as we enter the show tonight? Is there anything you want to promote about yourself or what you're working on?
You know, I hate to say I'm not much of like an online creator these days. I
What?
don't really have much to promote. There's
Where's
I
Your
have a
brand,
little
dude. Where's your
thing.
like TikTok? Sorry.
I'm gonna be on TikTok.
This is gonna be on TikTok.
No,
Like,
there is a little
definitely
thing I
know
want to say,
that.
and it's unfortunately not very funny.
Oh, okay.
But it is a
Oh,
thing
boy.
that I wanted to mention because I have a little bit of insight on this, and I feel like I'll reach people that would probably benefit from my words about this. Maybe a little bit. I'm pushing it up too much. So a lot of if you've been on social media recently and been looking into like what's been going on in the gaming industry, you've been seeing that there's been a lot of layoffs, and it's been hundreds of people who have been losing their jobs. It's very, very terrible. And I would imagine that a lot of you who are maybe wanting to get into like the video game industry yourself, you're young, you're out of college, or you're in college and wanting to get a job. Eventually, once you get out of college, you're a bit worried about the state of things. I have been laid off in the past before. I was laid off at Rooster Teeth, and then eventually they graciously gave me my job back, and I was very happy about that. So I know how it feels to be laid off. It's very terrible. It is a little bit of something to be scared of. But if I could introduce maybe the slightest bit of hope into all of you, I would say that, and this is not to discredit the people who have been laid off also, this is a very terrible thing that's happening. I don't want to diminish that feeling, but it is also something that has been going on for a long time. And what is different now, as opposed to when it's been happening in the past, is that you know about it. Because of the internet and because of the culture surrounding the video game industry now.
That's
And
right.
because of that, there is a higher chance of things changing rather than getting worse. So if I say this just to give the slightest bit of peace of mind to people who are still wanting to get in the
Collectible.
industry in a time where it seems like that's a bad idea. I still keep going for it, and I hope that the current state of things has not discouraged you to a large degree.
Oh, that's very
Anyway.
inspirational, Niall.
You.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's wonderful, Niall.
I think we all needed to hear that.
Yeah.
No, genuinely, that was good.
Yeah. You tell us
Everyone
about
go out there.
your TikTok now. Though?
My
Yeah,
TikTok. Oh yeah, of course. I make slime videos. I love slime.
It's true. I seen
I
him
stick
like
my hands in the slime and then I talk about like the coffee I had that morning.
Do you ever
That's
wish
my
there was
TikTok.
slime in the question box?
think Niall.
This is the fucking Paper Mario, like, and then he only replies with emojis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Kinda like that. Except like now
Awesome.
Sunny the paper. He's like a professional lineman, as he told my other homunculi.
All right. Is there anything else we want to say before we end the show off tonight?
No.
Remember to do your daily clips on Arab.org and support Sound Palestine any way you can.
Yeah. True.
It's good philosophy. Yeah.
Let me get the link again. On the show. I'll post it one more time.
That'll be our parting message.
One more time.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
worked.
of course, thanks for joining us for episode 76. I don't know, Ryan.
Yeah.
How long are we gonna do this? Like this? I mean this season of Startcast.
I think
That's a
this
good
one.
question.
I think this one will, like, just kind of carry over to like the end of the year, kind of as normal. I think.
Really, that's your plan?
Yeah, I think that's just the easiest way to do it. I don't want to like stop in the middle of the year for no reason. I think we'll just end.
Yeah.
We'll just end this one when we usually end. Like, it got cut so short last year anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
World reveal.
Yeah, world premiere. You're getting
Hell
you're
no.
getting so much of this boat set. I hope you like it.
I like it.
I do. It's nice out here. It's nice and breezy. You can just let me just
Yeah, if only Dialga was in my fucking face.
So, so what do I do now? Because I was told to be your guys' #1 fan, and once the show is over, I don't really have anywhere else to go.
Oh, you just stop existing.
What?
Yeah, you just kind of.
Well,
Yeah, this is the nature of a
poof.
homunculi, Niall. I mean,
I
like,
don't
look at the
understand.
other homunculi. Now, if you want some advice, act like my other homunculi.
But
is that the word of the day or something?
I mean, listen, Steve, how else do you want me to explain there's like more, there's like about like
No, there
two
is
more
one
memes.
saving hope for you.
yeah,
It only happens if you're on the boat when the stream comes off. So
oh, so if I just
oh, whoa!
You
my
got
God.
away. It's too bad Dialgo was covering the camera, so nobody saw that.
I'm out of
He's
here.
really making splashes. All right, love.
my life.
Goodbye, Niall.
Be
Bye,
free.
Niall.
Take care. We'll see you in
You're the
another
best.
2 years.
The sharks are gonna eat them.
There's still no season 4 playlist.
I did
We're ending
straight
the
by-
stream. Ryan, you're doing that right now.